3 is 3. That's what Google just said.
No, that's the opposite. It's not the positive. What's the positive of -3? That's the opposite is 3. I agree with you there. But that's not the positive of -3.
Finding the positive counterpart of the -3 number. Find the positive and give the number. Step by step. I'm literally looking at it. Positive of -3 is 3. That's the positive.
That's the opposite of -3 is 3.
Negative. What's the opposite of negative?
Right. Do you agree that minus?
Bro, look, see, you're talking about. So I'm trying to be. So
can we just say that there's a positive and negative aspect of most things?
No, I'm saying everything. Everything has a positive and negative aspect. That's just what it is.
No, the word, if you just change it to most things are positive, I would agree with you. It's just you said all things are positive and negative. That's what I was disagreeing with. Commander's right. Yeah. If you said that most things are positive and negative, so I would completely agree with that.
Nothing. All things have a positive and negative aspect to it. And that's just law of duality. That's a universal law. That's in spirituality. That's what I practice. So it might not be factual to you, but it exists to me. And just because something doesn't exist to you, maybe you're not aware of it because you don't practice.
If it doesn't exist to me, how is it a universal law? Think about it.
Because you don't practice it.
If it doesn't exist to me, how is it a universal law?
There's a lot of things that don't exist to you.
Word makes sense. Listen, I'm gonna put it like this, right? When I was pregnant with my daughter, there was a nurse that broke down what Word was saying kind of now using my pregnancy, right? I didn't know that my body was fighting my daughter because we was both positive. You see where I'm coming from? And I when I had to sit here and make the decision, save my daughter, I literally had to say that because I was gonna lose my daughter. So the nurse had broke it down. She's like, in this world, two positives cannot be together. And she started, breaking it down with the batteries, as a negative and a positive. Everything is like a yin and yang. So she was like, when, since your blood is, what was it? She said, I think I'm A positive or something like that. And your daughter blood is AB positive. You see where I'm coming from? So our bodies were fighting each other. So Word makes a point. Everything is a negative and a positive. It's a yin and yang. You cannot have two positives in the same place.
Let me ask you this question.
Can I rudely interrupt? Giving one example of where there is a plus and a negative doesn't demonstrate that it's a universal law that everything is a plus and a negative.
I just described
I've just given an example where -3 isn't 3. That's the opposite. There isn't a plus and a negative to -3. -3 is a negative. It's always going to be a negative.
No,
giving one example of something that could be a plus or a negative doesn't disprove my point.
If you take a look at polarity.
Wildheart, do you follow golf?
Yeah. Golf. I know about golf. I don't follow it. I don't like it. It's just,
okay. So how does scoring go in golf?
There's pars you can get -1, -2, -3, birdie, eagle. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay, so you could go -1, -2, -3, right?
Yeah.
Is that good or bad?
Minus is good in golf.
So you just answered your question.
Yeah, that was a good one, Gary. Yep.
So if you look at law 4, law of polarity, everything. So when you saying opposite, right? Now we get into semantics because negative and positive are opposites of each other. That's all I was saying.
But
I'm talking, bro. Let me finish my
Sorry, I apologize.
So negative and positive are opposite of one another. So By me saying everything has a negative and positive, all I'm saying is everything has an opposite.
Oh,
That's
I
all
agree with
polarity.
that. I agree
That's
with that.
all. So when I say everything
'Cause
has
that's
a
not what he
negative and positive,
No,
it's just
actually,
the opposite.
actually, I don't agree with that. Actually, I don't agree. What is the
And
opposite
that's
of a
fine. That's
banana?
fine.
What is the opposite of a banana?
And that's fine. That's fine.
When you
I'm
said
not
that everything
entertaining
has an
ignorance.
opposite,
I'm
what is the opposite of a banana?
It doesn't have to always be in the same aspect. Like we gave you an
so
example of
A
a
plantain.
banana.
A plantain.
Hold on,
Hold on. Wait a
hold on,
minute.
hold on, hold on.
Stop.
He
A
going
plantain.
semantic.
Yeah, I know. And
It's
I'm
not.
gonna
It's
answer him
not.
with a
semantics.
semantic.
It's not
I'm gonna
semantics. You
answer him
said
with a
Yes, it
semantic.
everything.
is, bro. Because we're talking about you're literally taking what's the opposite of a banana. No, we're talking
You
about the
said
banana. The
you
banana
said
has,
everything has an opposite. What is the
bro.
opposite of a banana? If
A
everything has an
plantain.
opposite, then a banana must have an opposite. I'm just asking the
A
question:
plantain.
what's
Plantain.
of a banana?
A
A
plantain.
plantain.
That's not the opposite. It's a smaller banana.
What?
No, it's not.
Well,
It's two
well,
different.
Plantain is
so
bigger
what's the
than a
opposite
banana.
then?
Well, it's not the
Hold on, wait a
opposite,
minute.
is
So
it?
what's the opposite? So what's the opposite?
No, that's what I'm asking. There is no opposite.
I
That's
just
But we
answered you.
went
You
from
said
negative,
no.
positive to opposite. Isn't that those are two
It's
different
But no.
things?
See,
that's why I
I'm
said
trying
it's
to prove his point.
semantics.
Yeah,
But no, that's
he's
what I'm
doing the
saying.
most.
But that's what
Because
I'm
I'm
saying.
telling him what the opposite of a banana is. He's telling me it's not. So what's the answer? What's the opposite of a banana?
so. What do you think the opposite of a banana
I
is?
just told you, a plantain.
That's
I
just
just
a
told you, it's a
small
plantain.
banana. It's a different
No, it's
fruit.
not. No, it is not. It's not a
It's
banana
not
at
the
all.
opposite. It's not the
So
opposite.
again, see, this is why I say it's semantics, because we're talking about the aspect of things. So everything has polarity, meaning a good and a bad, a negative and a positive. You're literally
That's true.
saying what's the opposite of a banana? No, we're talking about the banana. The banana has a positive aspect to it and a negative aspect to it.
No,
I'm
you
not
said
saying
everything has a positive. You said everything has an opposite. What is the
No,
opposite of a banana?
No, that's not
bro.
what he said.
You need
that's
to
not what he said.
listen. You need to listen, brother. That's what I'm saying. You need to be quick to listen and slow to talk, bro. I'm just
Right.
being honest with you. I'm being
Okay.
honest with you, bro, because you look to argue too much with people. You know, that's what you look for. And I'm starting to think, I don't know why you do that, but that's not healthy, bro. Like every time you just look to be right. You
Can I
just
talk
want
to
to
my
be right.
client? Can I talk to my client? You're my client,
Talk to
Wild
your
Heart.
client.
instead of joining the conversation to see if you can learn something, like you should try to learn something instead of trying to disprove all the time. Because you can.
Sorry. I
No,
get
go
what you're
ahead.
saying. I understand what you're saying. But I'm just saying, if someone says something that is obviously wrong, is it wrong for me to point that out?
You don't always have to do that, though. You
I
don't
don't
always have to disprove someone or.
always have to. I don't always have to do that. No, but is it wrong of me to do that when I know that something's wrong?
It would be better. It would be better for you if you
Lessons to
just
make it
listened to the
To
conversation and
comprehend, yeah,
to comprehend and to use it in some way in different aspects of your life that have nothing to do with bananas or negative threes, but just like common
Yeah,
things that we go through in life.
that is good advice. Thank you, Commander. Yeah.
You're welcome.
You get a lot further. You get like, look, bro, I like you, bro. You a cool dude, but some of your ways, bro, it's like it really tests patience because, like I was saying, like even when I pulled it up, I'm saying everything has a negative and positive aspect to it. You literally took that and tried to, what's the negative? I'm like, and then I already gave you the example of banana. It can, some people are allergic to it. Some people can eat it, some people can't. Some people it'll do their body good, some it'll do their body bad. It's a negative and positive aspect to it. That's
It's
it.
like this, all right? A banana is a berry, but a strawberry isn't.
Just
But
like with that, when I said about potassium, because bananas sometimes are bad for people because it has potassium and they do not need any extra potassium, and the doctor will tell them don't eat bananas. But for somebody else that needs potassium, they'll say, hey, eat a banana every day.
And tell me to shut up, please. But you said that it was a universal law that is everything as a. That's not a universal law. If it's good for some people and bad for some people, it's not a universal law that everything has a positive and negative. Because some things could be good for all people.
And some things can be bad for people.
Okay. So listen, Wildheart, I'm gonna agree with you right there, right? So what happens if you abuse it? Is that good or bad?
Abuse what? A banana?
The good thing. If you abuse a good thing, is it still good or is it bad?
I'm not sure of the question.
Right.
What happens if you abuse a good thing?
Okay.
Like water is good for you, but if you drink it in excess, it's bad for you.
If you drink excess water, what happens to you?
Oh yeah, everything is bad if it's bad. Yeah.
Your body shuts down if you drink excess.
So if you abuse a good thing, can it still be bad?
You can do a good thing to excess and it be bad. Yes.
That's what he's saying. That's exactly what he's trying to explain. So do you disagree with that?
No, I don't disagree with that. But the way he said it is wrong. Everything has a positive and a negative. That is
Wildheart, I like that you have that aspect of you. Like sometimes it's good to call people out when it matters. I think in this time right now, I don't think it really matters.
Yeah, sorry. No. Actually, sorry, I can't bust it down, but yeah, no, you've explained it to me in a way that I understand. Sometimes I'm a bit slow and it takes me a while to catch up. Yeah.
Like what word is sharing is not going to be really detrimental to someone.
Yeah, and I apologize the word. I understand what you mean now. Yeah.
But if word is sharing something that could be detrimental, then I would say, call them out. You know, you got to pick and choose your battles.
Yeah.
You wouldn't, first of all, you wouldn't have to call them out, right? Because we would call them out for you because we're here the duration of the time, right? So that's one. Number two is sometimes if it takes you a long period of time to not to comprehend, because this is what you just said, then you need to take the time to replay what you heard, computed, then respond. You can't just respond off of hearing what's going on.
Yeah, once I understand why I'm wrong, then that's fine. I don't mind. I don't mind being wrong. It's just I have to understand why I'm wrong, and now I understand why I'm wrong, so I'll stop talking.
No, it's understandable, but that's why.
Yeah, my bad.
No, it's understandable that you feel that way. This is why we're telling you. Sometimes just take your time to respond. If you have to rehear it again in your mind, rehear it in your mind, right? Because we don't want you to take this as criticism. We want you to take this as constructive criticism, or better yet, correction. You understand?
Yeah.
Because if you continuously gonna rebut everything, you're never gonna get the morality of what's being said. So it's okay for you to respond if you don't understand, but don't respond to everything as no, that's not correct, when you didn't even understand what the question was in the first place. That's why people.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I understand what you're saying. I thought it was wrong at first, and then once you explained it to me in a way that I understood that I was wrong, and that's fine. Yeah, but
no, that's okay, because when you trying to put information out, it's good to get a clear understanding, right?
Yeah.
If it takes you a little bit longer to understand it, that's okay too. Because sometimes the simplest things take the longest period of time to understand. And if that happens to the majority of us, we can't just respond like, no, that's not correct. Like 1 + 1 is 22. No, that's not right. Let's hear it out. And then we can say, well, that's not how I learned it. I learned if I put one finger up and another finger up, I have 2 fingers up. You see what I mean? You just can't respond because something's incorrect. You have to allow the person to explain their situation and then attack it if it's wrong. If it's right, you can't attack it, right? But if you feel like it's wrong, then you dissect why it's wrong. So that way we can understand why you get the answer you give.
But also, Gary, we're not here to attack each other.
Yeah, that's what we're doing, and that's what it comes to. Like we're having conversations to enlighten one another, to build off of one another. You know, it's times where I hear people say things that are wrong, and I understand it's right for them. It's just wrong for me, and that's okay, right? I practice spirituality, right? You don't. So a lot of the information I share with people will be from a metaphysical or spiritual aspect, but you don't indulge for it. So I don't say this will work guaranteed for anybody. I share it for the people who it will benefit. For the people who don't, then that's fine too, you know, and I don't feel no type of way. Like I don't need people to agree with me. You know, that says a lot about a person. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, can I apologize? I just need it explained to me in such a way that I understand it. I realize what you're saying. I should wait and try and process it more. But I just wanted to apologize. I was wrong. And thank you, Bussy Burn. Yeah, you explained it to me. You explained it to me in a way that I understand. Now I understand I was wrong, and I apologize. I'm sorry.
Now you know why he has his name? He busted it down.
Castigado, dame un latigazo.
The brain thing is still
I'm sorry.
Just because.
And see, and you know what? I'm gonna even take accountability to that too, because even when he was saying the -3, I could have explained that better. You know, like if you look at this definition, I don't know if you can see it, but when I said like duality and law of polarity, let me pull it back up real quick.
Opposite.
I could have been a little clearer because everything.
It's not your fault. Yeah.
Opposites are identical in nature but different in degrees. So that's why I was saying the opposite of -3 is +3. It's still a 3. One is positive and one is negative, though. You see what I'm saying now? So I think I should be a little bit more clear with that.
No, but it's not your fault. It's just the way my mind works. You know what I mean? I understand it now, and I apologize, and you did nothing wrong.
Can we shout out? I think somebody came in. Jamaican fishing. What up, though?
Jamaican fishing. What kind of fish they got down there, bro?
Jamaican shore fishing. He from Jamaica. He got a full chain.
What up, you Bukasha?
Shit.
That's the only Jamaican thing I know. I don't know what it means, but
that's all we shouldn't say.
You say I get you, he put down and dip. Shout out, Mr. 33. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you.
Wait, I thought busting down was it like having a conversation and busting open meant something else.
Oh, it does.
See where I'm coming? That's why I was like, wait, I thought busted down meant a conversation. Busted open meant what everybody else is thinking.
Hey, everything has duality.
I'm like, hey.
So now that understanding was made, right?
Yeah.
I would like to hear the rest of the balance of life path 7.
Yeah. Sorry.
Thank you, Gary.
Sorry.
So hold on, let me pull it up, bro. Let's just do that. Because this ain't really my forte. We either need Tay or our brother Stoic. Yeah, either Tay or Stoic.
Oh yeah, Stoic.
Yeah, Stoic, and he been studying.
He might be busy at work. I think he's at work. Yeah.
Stoic still at work.
He told us to
But
have fun, to make sure that we don't hit our heads when we twerk on the wall.
Tell me if I remember this correctly. When we broke down Naga's life path number, wasn't he a 7?
I can't remember.
I think so.
I get 7s and 4s mixed up, but I'm pretty sure he's a 7.
I've been told that I'm a 10. I'm a joke.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, shit. Hold
You're a
up.
10 out of 10. Okay.
Okay. That will make you a 1. It's only go 1 through 9. Right? There's 1 through 9 unless you a master number 11, 22, or 33. Those don't change.
Surely. There's got to be a
So-
10. I'm a joke.
He a 7. Lucky number 7. I'm about to give him my hat. Shit.
I'd take a 7, actually. Yeah.
I'm dead serious.
If
I
you
was like,
add
hey.
up all the numbers of your date of birth and it equals 10, then it's
We're
a
going to
1.
play the numbers. You see that shit?
If it equals
Lucky number
33,
7.
you do 3 plus 3, it's a 6.
Yo,
No.
I'm about to pass him the hat.
If it's a 33, if it's 11, it's a master number. 11, 22, and 33 are master numbers. You don't have to break those down.
Oh, you don't have to break down 33?
No, you don't
No.
break. Now
You don't. Those are master numbers.
So it's only in the 10th?
1 through 9.
1 through
One through
9.
nine.
You got 1 through 9.
So
and
1
then you
plus
have
1 is
master.
2. 1 plus 3. You know what I mean? 1 plus 3 is 4. Things like that. But if it's 11, you don't break. You don't change that.
If it's a 12, you don't change it. Okay.
No, if it's a 12, you change it. That's 3.
You change it. It'll be 3.
What do you do with 1981? I was born in 1981. How does that work?
Yeah, so your number comes total to 34, right?
No,
so you add
1981. Oh, well,
you add 3 plus 4 equals 7. So your
19.
life path number is a 7. 6 plus 1 plus 8 plus 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 1. If you add all of that up, that's a 34. Right? So
yeah, if it's a
since
34,
it's not
equals 3 plus 4, 7.
Correct. Yes. And that's your
But if
life
it's
path
33, it's not 3 plus 3 is 6.
No.
Yeah, you can, but it's a master number.
It's a master number. Okay.
So I was born in 1981. So that's 1981. That makes 10. That makes 19.
That's 19, right? So now
Plus
you add 8. You add your birth date, which is 18, right? So 1 plus 8 is 9, right? And you add that with the other 19, that's 28. Plus 28. The month, June, which is 6. So 28 plus 6 equals 34.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Whichever way you look at it is bullshit.
How many master numbers are there?
Yeah,
3. As far as I know,
There's
it's
3 master numbers?
Yeah, 3.
As far as I know, it's 3. It's 11, 22, and 33.
Right, so we just worked out my number. What does that mean for me in my life?
But that's what we're
I mean, if it's bullshit to you, then it means nothing.
It means
if it's bullshit.
No, I mean, if it wasn't bullshit. I mean, it clearly is.
No, listen. Okay. So what you have to do is listen to what it means. And if because some of the things may apply to you, and you recognize it, and if you don't recognize it, then it doesn't mean that you're not that. It just means you don't know where that's at within you, right? That's all it means.
It could apply to me, or it could not.
Right.
So what life path numbers are strictly potential. And if you look at a lot of the characteristics of the 7, you actually embody a lot of those, bro. Seven.
I thought we just put that was 20 something.
No, 34. But 34 is not a master number. So now, because it's not a master number, you have to take the 3 and the 4. When you add 3 and 4, it comes to 7.
So you add and then you add.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. It's clearly bullshit.
All right. Well, go ahead. For anybody
Let's
that's
not use him as an
there.
example. Mm-hmm.
Let's hear what the 7 is in totality. We know what a 9 is, right? We've spoken about that in totality.
What's the 7?
What is the best number 7?
Life path number 7 is associated with individuals who are deeply spiritual, introspective, and analytical.
No, but just wait.
Analytical. I will give you analytical, but not spiritual.
People with life path number 7 are often seen as seekers of truth and knowledge, driven by a desire to understand the mysteries of life. They possess a sharp intellect and are known for their introspective nature, constantly pondering the working of the spiritual world and the meaning of existence.
No.
Additionally, the life path 7 individuals strive for perfection in the imperfect world, making them unique thinkers who value intellectual attainment and spiritual awakening.
Yeah, that's completely wrong for me. So if I'm a 7, that is.
But look, it almost seems like you are looking for perfection because you try to.
And see, this is
you analyze everything to get a correct answer. Do you feel like you analyze everything to get an answer?
No, the first one, 7.
Big Mix, what up, though?
Deeply spiritual. I am not deeply spiritual.
Now,
so
okay, now check this.
But I didn't ask you that. I didn't ask you that.
Check this out. Hold on.
Let Word finish.
Let me add this. So again, when we talk about duality, right? You're the total opposite of the spiritual aspect. You still have a lot of those attributes. You seek knowledge, you seek understanding, you're very analytical, you're just not spiritual. In fact, not only you're not even open to it, you completely opposite of that. You see what I'm saying? So the potential, you either gonna be spiritual or you gonna be non-spiritual. My wife is a 7, right? She's really not into the spiritual, but she seek knowledge. She's very intellectual and analytical, but she does not deal with the spiritual like that. She's beginning to.
Can you see the problem there? You're saying that a level 7, which I am apparently, can either be deeply spiritual or not deeply spiritual. That covers everyone. Can you see the problem there? It doesn't describe me, it describes everyone.
No, because not everyone is all one way. Not everyone is deeply spiritual or deeply not spiritual. You got people that are in between.
No, sorry, Commander. I know you've been helping me out and I appreciate it. But everyone is either deeply spiritual or not deeply spiritual. That is a direct dichotomy.
That's not true, though.
I'm not. I feel like I'm spiritual, but I'm not like super deeply fanatical spiritual. No.
That's not true.
Either deeply spiritual or you are not deeply spiritual. That is a dichotomy.
Okay, well that's how you feel. Okay.
Right. So I am not. So I'm a level path 7 or whatever it is, and I am not deeply spiritual. So it's clearly bullshit. It's clearly
no, it's not because you listen to duality.
No, see, no, this is what he does. This is what he does, right?
Big Mix, what up, brother?
I'm sorry for
this is what you do.
Right.
No, you're good. You're good, because this is what you do also. You take one aspect of a thing and make that a majority. He explained different he explained different things. But as soon as he says spirituality, that's not me. Right? But now you're gonna sit there and say you're not analytical.
If this method is useful, if I am path 7 or whatever, does it say path 7? If I am that, it says they are deeply spiritual. I am not deeply spiritual. Therefore, the method is broken. So it's clearly bullshit.
Okay. So
it doesn't apply to everyone.
Hold on. Go ahead. You got it, bro.
Who's got it?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. So after that, what did he say?
After that, if the first
after he said spirituality, what did he say?
It doesn't matter. If
okay, and there it goes again. Now you just came up
Let
here.
me
and
finish
said-
the sentence, please.
Go ahead.
But why?
If I
Why?
am,
No. I'm not letting you. You
No, no.
cannot ask for
No, go
something
ahead.
you ain't willing to
Let
give
him go.
somebody
Let him
else,
go.
bro.
Let him go.
How you gonna
No,
ask for something that you not giving nobody else, bro? That shit
No, let him
crazy.
go. Yeah, it is, but let him go. Let him go. Go ahead and finish.
I'm
Go.
gonna tell you what I'm gonna show you the potential of a 33. That's what I'm about to do. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you build that, and then y'all gonna let me show y'all the potential, the positive and the negative aspect of a 33.
no,
Where
Go
you
ahead.
said
Go.
weaponized and weaponized.
I apologize. I was overly aggressive and I was away from the microphone.
No.
What I'm saying-
Just
No,
don't worry
I'm
about
gonna
it.
show you what aggressive is.
Go ahead
What
and
I'm
finish.
saying
Go
is-
ahead.
What I'm saying is, if I am past 7, which we just agreed that I am, and it says that past 7s are deeply spiritual, and I am not deeply spiritual, then it's not a good method. Can you understand that?
This is why I don't rock with that, because you're not even comprehending the functionality of what it is. I'm not saying, what I said is you have potential. And either you're going to be deeply in spirituality or you will be deeply out of spirituality, which you are. You don't fuck with spirituality at all.
So when it says,
Life path is just potential. It's not saying you are this, it says you have the potential.
sorry, can you zoom in just a little bit? I can't read the words.
You know, not everybody agrees with these type of things, and that's okay. Because what he's saying, like, hey, it's like broad, and these things can apply to everybody. Like, if I read all the life path numbers, I'm sure some of the things would apply to me. Like, I think that's what he's saying. That's why he's like, it's bullshit. And that's okay. You can think that. That's fine.
Yeah. What?
No one's
No,
arguing that part.
Burnham project. Burnham. Yeah, if you make such broad statements, you're saying that it could be right and it could be the exact opposite, and that would be right as well. Can you see the problem with that? Please tell me you can see.
Yeah, and I also think that. Go ahead.
No, you go. I'm on my team. Go ahead.
No, I also think that some of those do apply to you. Like, you are analytical. You are seeking, because otherwise, why would you constantly bring these things up when we're here conversating? You bring up a lot of this.
Yeah, but I'm
these
saying
topics.
Somebody so bad talk about religion who didn't like religion. I've never
Yeah,
seen
exactly.
But I'm saying if one thing is wrong, then the entire method is flawed. If I'm not deeply spiritual, which I'm not, then I can't be a past 7.
And that's okay. If you think you're not if it doesn't apply to you, then it doesn't apply. If you think you're not,
it doesn't apply.
Doesn't apply.
If we just looked at that I'm a past 7 and the first thing doesn't apply to me, can you see
it doesn't apply.
Method?
That's okay. We showed it to you and it doesn't apply. Now we can move on.
I'm not saying it doesn't apply to me. I'm saying it's a flawed method.
But see, he's saying, I see what he's saying, but he doesn't, but he's taking an aspect, one portion of it. What you're not comprehending is it has duality within it, and you're missing the point where I'm saying potential.
Yeah,
that's what it is. It has a functionality to it.
Not everybody that's a life path 7 is going to be all these things and make the best use of it. But you have the potential to. But doesn't everybody?
Isn't it?
I think that's his point. Doesn't everybody have a potential?
No, but that's his point. But he has to understand that when you do stuff like this, you cannot make the minority a majority. He took the one thing that doesn't go with him and just chucked everything else out.
It was the
and
first.
Now he can do that.
If one thing doesn't apply to me, then the whole thing is pointless. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
He would want it to fit perfectly to who he is.
There's nothing perfect, and that's what.
See, when he's not understanding this is.
That word.
Oh, go ahead. No, I was saying, even like a master 33, right? For me to actually embody that number, I have to live up to the potential, meaning I have to advance through the understanding of how to be a teacher. If I never learn how to be a teacher, I will never have the potential. I will never resonate with that number.
No, if I'm a level 7 and level 7 is supposed to have spiritual whatever it said, and I don't,
Well,
then the complete
well,
method
You're
is
repeating the same rebuttal over and over. And like I said, it has
well,
duality to it.
here's the point of
You would be
here's
on-
the point of everything, right?
because it's true. If,
Okay,
if
well,
a level 7
I'ma
has
give
to have spiritual whatever it said,
you-
no, it
I
don't.
don't.
No, it don't.
Then the
Okay, let me
entire
give you an
method
example. Let me give you an example. I'm gonna give you this example, and then I'm a hop off, right?
Okay.
A 33 should never give up on people, right? I am giving up on people right now,
Right, so are you a 33?
and because I'm doing that, it does not make me not. It does not take away from what I can be. It just
If
takes
a
away.
No, sorry. If you are a 33 and 33 don't give up on people and you are giving up on people, then you are not a 33. That you just
He makes a good point. Wildheart makes a good point.
He said it wrong. He's not.
No,
giving
no,
up
he
on
doesn't.
people.
No, he
He's giving up
doesn't,
on
because
one
that's the
person.
opposite. That's the opposite side of the positive side of 33.
Yeah. He live in a two-dimensional world. Either is this or is that. That's
Right.
how a lot of people
There's no
live.
break. There's no break for Wildheart. Black and white is black and white. Black and white don't make gray for Wildheart, right?
Sorry,
And if black and white don't make gray, then it doesn't.
I'm not-
It's irrelevant. So if it's irrelevant, then there's no need to have a conversation.
I'm not saying-
That's just the way it goes.
If one of the descriptions of a 33 is that they don't give up on people and you are giving up on someone, then you are not a 33. It's
So 9 defeats. So 1 defeats 9. That's what you're saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Fuck me.
What are you saying then?
If a 33 doesn't give up on people and you are giving up on people, then you cannot possibly be a 33.
Why not? That's the negative side of a thing.
Because
That's the duality of things.
That's the duality. That's the aspect of it.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. So you can either give up on people or not give up on people. That applies to everyone, which makes the whole method flawed and shit and useless.
Okay,
I see his point, but I don't think we should continue to argue this.
No. I got one question. Right. Your philosophies in life, Wildheart. What results have it gained you in life? Your philosophy, the way you think and live about life. What results have it gave you in life?
It might not have helped me. I just want to believe what is true.
So,
He's stubborn. I think that's also
Sorry.
yeah, you're stubborn.
that's a negative aspect of 7. That's the negative aspect.
Yeah, but that's also
don't matter. That don't matter because it's not
It don't
not
matter
spiritual.
because everyone has that. Yeah, everyone has that, so it don't matter. It don't matter. See, this is what I'm more interested in. Oftentimes people say facts and truth, right? I really don't care about facts and truth. I look at results. What this thing lead to, right? So
Yeah,
that's how I operate. So in my life, I can show results for my philosophy. I can show results. I can show what I say and what it led to. And I don't tell people this will benefit you. I share it. And that way, if they practice it and it benefits them, then good. If they practice it and it don't, then it is what it is. I don't guarantee anyone that my results will be their results, but I am sharing information to help others. Right?
So
That's what I do.
So what you're saying is you don't care what is true. You care what you believe helps you. You don't actually care about what is actually true.
Hey, if it's helping you, that's all that matters.
If
your belief right now, Wildheart, is helping you, then that's all that matters. If it's not helping you, then maybe you should try to see the other side
That's
and try
something
something different.
No, I
Yeah.
care what is actually true. If you don't, that's fine. I'm not telling you to take on my worldview or anything. But I'm saying you don't care what is true, and I do.
But if it's not helping you, you care about what is true, even if it's to your detriment.
Yeah.
What makes things truth and fact for me is how it benefits me. It's my truth, my fact. My truth and my fact might not be yours. You know, it just might not be for you. So what's true to me and what's factual to me is the results that it bears.
But no, you can't.
Those results are important. No, you can't. You can't tell me what I can and cannot do because I can show you. I can show you. You can't show me nothing. What can you show me, bro?
But he's already agreed. Wildheart has agreed that he believes in what he believes in, what's true, even to his detriment. So he may not be able to. He said that himself. Yeah, it might not be good for me. I don't have things. Yeah.
And the word said, you don't believe. You're not concerned with what is true. You're just concerned whether it helps you in life. I am concerned what is actually
He's not
true.
concerned with what you do with it. He's not concerned with what you do with the information that he shares. Because the information he shares can help some, maybe not others, and that's not his concern. His concern is just that he's sharing it, and that's his prerogative.
Yeah, but he said that he doesn't care what is true, what is actually true. He's only concerned with what helps him in his life. I'm sure he just said that.
I did, but did you hear what I said after that? What helps me in my life shows what's true and factual to me. Because it benefits me, it becomes factual that it worked for me.
No, it doesn't. No, just because it's beneficial to you doesn't make it factual. It could be wrong and still benefit you.
But for him, what's important is what makes him better. Period. Because his goal,
I'm agreeing with you,
is to live his best life.
He's concerned with what benefits his life. But I'm saying what benefits your life doesn't make it true. Something could benefit
makes it true to me.
And that's fine, Wildheart. That's why Wildheart. That's why there's so many different religions and what people believe in, right? And I don't have anything against someone doing something that helps them. If it helps them, that's on them. Whether it's true to me or not, it makes no difference in my life.
Sorry, I don't mean to be but when you say something is either true or it is not true.
Okay.
The word is saying he doesn't care what is true. He cares what will benefit his life, whether it's true or not. I care what actually is true.
Okay, perfect.
The results,
okay, good.
And see what I'm saying is the result make it true or false, not what someone else has said.
No, that's not wrong. The result doesn't make it true or false. It's either true or false.
You can't even comprehend what I'm saying, bro. You can't even comprehend what I'm saying. No, for instance, marriage. Is marriage good for people?
It's good for some people, not for others.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the whole point I'm making.
So it's not
if someone tells me marriage is, if they have all this evidence of why marriage is bad, right? If they have all this evidence why marriage is bad, right? I don't care because it's good for me. My results in marriage shows it's beneficial and it's good for me. So I don't care if it's true or factual. If it's true or factual, women can marry you and take all your money in a divorce. That's facts, right?
We're agreeing, yes. You don't care
That's
what
facts.
You just care
let's move on.
Benefits you.
Yeah, let's move on.
I agree with it. You don't care what is true, and I do. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
And this is, can I ask a question? What is the highest level of education? Because I'm trying to understand your comprehension, because you take one portion out of what I say.
I didn't say
and not the context of what I said.
I took the whole of what you said.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't, because I asked you a question, and in that question, I built a statement out of the question I asked you. I asked you, what can you show me in the results of your life
And he said he can't show you, and his level of education doesn't really matter because you can't change that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can. He can change that. He's the only one that can change that.
Oh, Commander, I really like you. By the way, you get
and the reason I asked that because I'm trying to understand his comprehension.
I have no education. I left school at 14. I have anxiety disorders. I couldn't go to school for 2 years.
But you know, a lot of people
I have no qualifications.
No
whatsoever.
education. But there's people that have a lot of education and they're too smart for their own good. So to me, the education part means nothing.
But I am very.
I can't. But a lot of the attributes within comprehension, the functionality or the order of operation of comprehending something, I see the lack of it within him because he hears and reacts. He as soon as he hears something he disagrees with, he reacts instead of listening to the full context of what people are saying.
Isn't that a lack of emotional intelligence?
I'm not disagreeing with you. I think we agree. We agree that you don't care what is true. You care what
he goes to that one part.
Didn't you just say that?
Word, just let it be.
You misunderstand. I understand what Word is trying to say. I get where he's coming from. It's the comprehensions. Like sometimes when we don't understand what somebody is saying, and you know, we get it in our emotions. So,
but I think I do understand.
Happens to me too.
He's saying he doesn't care what is actually true.
No, you're misunderstanding.
That's not what I'm. That's what I'm saying.
Finish one sentence. That would be nice.
Bro,
you already said the same thing over and over,
and you're not comprehending what I'm saying. I'm talking about the context of what I'm saying.
But he's not going to comprehend it no matter how much
or fact. I know, but what I'm saying, I don't care about truth or facts until I yield the results of it.
You don't care about.
I understand what you're saying.
Because the truth, I do my own investigation in life. I believe in empiricism.
No, what I'm saying
is not a truth or a fact until I examine it and see how it works for me. If it works for me, then it becomes my truth or my fact. Other than that, it's just information that other people share. That's all it is to me.
That is where you're going wrong. Because it benefits
you.
Make it
it's not going wrong. You know why it's not going wrong?
It's right for him. It's right for his life. It's right for him.
A falsehood could benefit your life. It doesn't make it a fact. It's still false. That's what I'm saying.
No, it's a fact that it benefiting my life, though. Is that not right?
It benefits your life, but it doesn't make it.
Okay, so what are we talking about?
If I told you that Christianity was true and that was false, it might benefit your life, but it doesn't make it actually true.
Yes, I agree with that, Wildheart.
I don't
because some religions, some different people think like it's wrong, like, oh, you're gonna go to hell or you're not gonna live a good life. But regardless of what that person they think is the fact, if that person is using that religion to benefit their life and have a good life, then it's a good thing for them.
Commander, can I get your
that's all I'm.
Then you get me more than most people.
Listen,
I know I'm weird and.
No, I get you. I get you.
I'm your lawyer. That's why.
This is it, though. Was good for some, may be bad for others. That's just reality. You know, slavery was good for a lot of people. It benefited a lot of people. Changed the whole, changed their whole lineage, right? But it was bad for a lot of other people.
Yeah,
that's just the reality. Two things don't exist in the same space, but it can exist in the same environment.
Right. So, if I told you that Islam was true and it benefited your life, would that make Islam true?
To me.
To you.
The fact is, it's benefiting my life. How's that? If I can show you something that benefits me and good for me, it may not be good for you, and that's okay.
So if it benefits you, that's what makes it true.
It makes it true for the person. It makes it right for the person, but it might not be right for you.
Yeah.
So if it benefits you, that makes it true. Is that what you're saying?
To him.
The truth is benefiting me. Is that not a true? Is that not a fact? If it's benefiting me, is that not true for me? That it benefits you.
Like alcohol could benefit you, but not me because I'm allergic to it, so it doesn't benefit me. Like people will say, Commander, drink some wine every day or a beer, like just it helps you relax. No, it doesn't do that for me. So for me, that's not true. So I don't drink. But for them, it helps them, and it's true to them. So that's awesome for them.
I don't have a man everywhere. Tasha K allergic to liquor. She's still.
I can't even smoke weed, guys. I'm allergic to weed. Damn it.
You really allergic? Or you just saying it? Wait a minute.
That's up.
By the way, I'm going into detox. I drink a lot.
Oh, wow, I've been drinking. Oh, shit. That's why the debate's on.
People will say everything in moderation, and I believe that everything in moderation, but some things are not good at all for people. So.
But Commander, can you understand that something is either true or not true?
I agree. I understood.
There's no true for you. It's either true or it is not true.
If that's what makes you a better person, bro, rock with it. But your truth ain't everybody's truth. Truth is you shouldn't be drinking right now, right? That's true, right? But you're still doing it, right? Right?
Yes.
You know for a fact alcohol is not good for you, but you're still doing it. Why are you doing it?
He's gonna detox.
You asked me a question. Yes, it is true that if I didn't drink alcohol, I would be more healthy. That is a true fact.
You'll probably be a lot further in life too, wouldn't you?
I would be what, sorry?
Would you be a lot further in life if you didn't have the addictions that you have?
Yes.
There's setbacks.
So why?
But you can turn setbacks into comebacks.
But it is a fact that alcohol is too much. Alcohol is bad for people. That is a fact. It doesn't matter whether it helps you in life or it inhibits your life. I can't think of the word, but it doesn't. It's either true or false. Your opinions and your thoughts on it doesn't matter. It's either true or false.
What makes you do it if you know it's bad? If it's bad, what makes you do it? Because it makes you feel good in the moment, huh?
What up, young Riaz? Welcome back, Stoic.
Young Riaz, what up?
I'm being way too combative. I'm just trying to get my point across, and people look.
No, you got your point across. Go anywhere you go, you come with a combative nature, argumentative nature.
I do, because I talk to a lot of Americans, and I don't want to broad, But
Americans are dumb. Yeah, we know people say that.
Yeah,
a lot of Americans are stupid. I would agree with that.
Yeah, a lot of people are stupid. I would not agree with a lot of Americans are stupid. I would agree a lot of people are stupid. But I would always, this is how I just look at life.
This is what I mean. If you agree that most people are stupid, then you must also agree that most Americans are stupid. Logic.
I agree that. Listen, no, I agree that.
No, I don't subjugate it to just one sector. Right. I don't subjugate it to one sector.
Americans are stupid. I'm sorry to say it. Stupidity is all over the world.
Right. The word, can we have a one-on-one? Just, if you agree that most people are stupid, without people interrupting me.
You need to referee.
I'm gonna say that I'm not agreeing that because of the context of your statement.
Right, think about it. If you agree, you just said that most people are stupid.
I think more people in the UK are stupid than Americans. I agree with that.
He's just saying that all word is saying is that Americans aren't the only stupid ones. That's all.
No,
there's stupid people everywhere, bro. There's stupid people everywhere.
But he agreed that most people are stupid. So most people in America must be stupid, mustn't they?
The word, did you say that? Did you say most people are stupid?
Yeah, I said most people are stupid.
Okay, he said most people are stupid.
So therefore,
this is why I don't agree with that, though.
America are stupid, doesn't it?
But he doesn't want to single out America, is what he's saying.
No, but this is why I wouldn't agree with that, because Most people around America is the one country that most people come to get educated. People flock to America for education. You can't be a British doctor and come to America and practice medicine, but an American doctor can go to Britain and practice medicine.
But that's only because of their laws. Because I will tell you, I don't think America's not the smartest country. I think America's.
No,
So-
I don't agree with that. America's not. I agree with that.
This is not the education capital, in my opinion. Nah.
No, but
Neither is the UK. We can go to China then. So no, I'm just saying, let's go over there. They smarter than every country in
Them
the
kids in
world.
China are smart. The kids in Mexico are smarter than the American kids. What up, Robert? Welcome in.
Yeah.
Like, if you agree that most people are stupid, it follows that
I don't agree with your tactics. I don't agree with your tactics.
If you let me finish sentence without fucking interrupting me, because you know you're fucking wrong, you prick.
Ay, Dios mío.
No, look. First
Settle
of
down,
all,
Will.
you're not ill, bro. Your life is shit. Okay, let's be real. Your fucking life is shit. If you sitting here trying to tell me something, go get your shit together first, bro.
Well,
Go
let
get
me
your shit together.
sentence.
Bro, bro, I don't even know why you on my panel, bro. We not ill, bro. You have nothing to fucking offer, bro. You a piece of shit. I've been trying to be nice to you, but guess what? Your life is fucking shit. You don't even want to live, bro. So what the fuck I'm gonna listen to you for?
Doesn't matter about
You
me.
don't even like your life, bro. You don't even like your. You don't even value your own fucking life, bro. You been talking about detox
Word.
for a month. You sitting out. Fuck
Word.
that. He about to get this rap. Fuck you on some real shit. You gonna come on my shit and try to scream and yell, bro? You walking around
Wildheart, you went after word.
validation. You look
Calling
for
him a prick.
validation because your life ain't fucking shit, bro. You know it. We know it. You don't even want to fucking breathe, bro.
The
So how
word
the
did
fuck
not
you
call you
gonna-
names. The word did
Can I
not call you a
start?
prick. He didn't call you names.
How you gonna tell me something? How you gonna tell me motherfucking something, bro? I got my own shit. My life is fucking great, and I'm awesome. And I try to be nice to motherfuckers like you to help. Ain't no
Yeah.
fucking helping you, bro. That's it. Ain't no fucking helping you. Okay?
Right. You
You
gotta,
need to get your shit together. You need counseling. You need to stop drinking. You need to stop snorting. Stop doing fucking drugs. Now I'm being real with you. This is called tough fucking love. Get yourself together before you try to tell anybody about any fucking thing. And maybe somebody will take you fucking serious. How about that? How about doing that?
can I start and finish a point, please? The word. I apologize. Right, my point was, I forgot now because you talked for 20 fucking minutes.
Your point, fuck your life. How about that? Go talk to somebody who fucking cares.
Word.
Fuck out of here. Oh man. Fuck that dude, bro. I tried to be nice to his bro. He needs to get himself together. He ain't paying me to coach, and he's unfucking coachable. Some people you can help, and some people you can't. He's a fucking liability.
He's already admitted it.
A nice fucking life. You a fucking distraction. You bring chaos and destruction to shit. You come over here just to argue shit, not even to have a conversation. You look for points to be right because your life is shit. Your life is shit. Who fucking cares what you know or what you don't know when you can't even apply it and get results out of life? What the fuck do you even? Nothing you say matters, bro. Fuck out of here. We're gonna call somebody stupid, looking up for the sitting up here drinking and snorting and shit, talking about I don't want to live on a fucking lie. Who fucking cares what you think, man? I tried to be nice, I tried to be humble. Bro, I'm not fucking with people like this. You're trying to tell me something. I try to be as humble as possible. I try to be respectful to people. Some people just don't let you.
Mm-hmm. They just want to
Man, don't come back over here, bro. You ain't wanted over here. The wind you came out of, that's the wind that's the wind you came out of. You got me fucked up, bro. That's some real shit.
Y'all not used to this word. I haven't seen this word since. Ooh, it's been a minute.
Yeah, me fucked up.
Together.
You gonna tell me something? I'm wrong. I got results. I bear results.
Where Nate
Like somebody give a fuck about what you say.
The way he chooses to believe is a detriment to his life, and he admitted that. He also admitted that, yeah, maybe he should take the time to listen and learn something, take something to his benefit instead of arguing. But
no, but where they wrong look. See, some people don't
Y'all
get
see
it.
that motherfucker in my chat? Ban his ass. I don't want that motherfucker running around me on some real shit. If I see him in person, I slap the dog shit out of him. Fuck you think you is, boy? Take my kindness for weakness, you got me fucked up. Once is up is up. Respect you for life.
Wildheart, if you don't like Americans, then maybe just don't hang out
Go
with
the fuck out of
Americans.
America. Go talk to somebody who wanna fucking listen to that bullshit, bro. Nobody care about what the fuck you say.
You shouldn't have
I
went
think you
after
got
Word
booked
and
out.
called them names.
Got me fucked up. Right now, it's mouse. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Nah, he's got
What's
something.
up, Robert? You came in at a good time.
Yeah.
Who
We
else
need
is
some
here?
light on the panel right now. Bring me the light.
Very
I don't
told you,
care if I'm right.
33.
Just when you are wrong, you kick people and don't let them speak. Okay.
Hey,
Wildheart, it wasn't about that. We let you speak
my
a
chat,
lot.
Tracy. Fuck him. I don't need that motherfucker typing in my chat. Go find a prostitute or something, bro. Go talk to a fucking prostitute. Let me see, listen to that shit, bro.
Wildheart, if you think we're not
That shit.
logical, there's, and you're trying to change our minds, it's just not going to happen. So
What's not logical is your motherfucking life. That's what's not logical. You 80+ years old and you a piece of shit. That's what's not logical. Fuck out of here.
you know what? You know what's weird? Is it around this time, aren't there a lot of UK people awake? Like pretty soon people are waking up. I'm sure there's a lot of UK communities that you can go and
That's
chill
not
with.
for
I'm sure.
motherfuckers who ain't got shit to do with who don't value life.
I mean,
Motherfuckers will sit up here and talk.
he tripping.
Bro, that's about personal development, and he talking about some bullshit on here, drunk as hell. Fuck out of here, bro. What's wrong with you? My bad, G. I ain't mean to snap like that, but you know what it is. You said don't weaponize the 33.
No,
That
no,
motherfucker.
I'm good. I'm good. You know,
Stoic taught me
but that's
something.
What did
what
Shelly teach you?
We put him on timeout. He's on his head upside down twerking for us right now. I had to make Word smile.
you did, sis. You
no.
did. I'm up for a minute.
But
I'll calm down in a second. But when I
he
indulge in these,
just
when
let
I
him
indulge
go.
in these
Just let
emotions,
him go.
I'm really in the motherfucker.
But we could have
I'm
stopped
in this
talking
shit.
about this stuff like a long
You
time
kept
ago. We could
doing
have
that
stopped
shit.
talking about it and move on and just agree to disagree and move on to. The
No, but
problem
he
is,
not gonna see.
He kept coming back. Even Commander said, let's change the topic. And he went even harder.
but even changing the topic though, I think might not even solve it because whatever topic it
No, it
is,
wouldn't have solved it.
he
It
always
won't.
tries to find a way to disprove,
No, today he had
discredit,
it
and
against
argue.
Word. No, you see, it's like everything Word was saying. He was really like, everything with him is a debate. So it's kind of like he was trying to challenge Word. And I'm saying, he's like, you're not going to win this debate.
But you
dude.
can't.
It's not
You
even.
can't challenge. I'm gonna give you an example, right? I'm gonna give you an example. I don't even know if y'all was paying attention, right? When Word said most people are dumb, right? Or stupid or whatever it was, right? He agreed with that, right? Now, about
And
30 minutes before that, because Word said something about spirituality being past 7, the whole thing was wrong. So which one is it? So what are we arguing about?
So Wildheart was trying to say, like, if most people everywhere are dumb or stupid or whatever it was, then we would agree that most people in America, it also applies to them. It applies to everybody. The Word just didn't want to single it out to America. Wildheart.
That's what he
You're
fucking
singling
do.
it out to
He
America.
he enjoys insulting America. That's what he do.
Yeah, he want to
You
insult
know,
the
I sit back
Americans.
and watch people.
Yeah, but
So
what I'm
he
trying to
does
say
that
is
to create a narrative.
he trying to say the majority was the truth. He was saying that was a truth. But when it applies to him, the majority don't mean the truth.
I'm already used to people saying that Americans are stupid. A lot of Americans are stupid and they're spoiled and all the above. That doesn't mean everybody, but I feel like we all on the panel can agree from what we see, the things we see, there's a lot of people that are just out of pocket.
But see, what he does too is he tries to create a narrative. If you was listening to him,
Right.
he kept saying, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. Then he switched over who Americans are stupid. You're wrong, you're wrong. Americans are stupid. That's a narrative he tries to create. Like, bro, stupid is what the results that you yield in your life. That's what fucking
The
stupid.
results
You
are the
can see
results, right?
stupid.
Yeah,
You can
the
see it.
results are the results.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't even understand that your truth is not the truth. He doesn't understand that concept, right? So he's arguing something that's irrelevant because your truth is your truth. That's why if you go into a spiritual relationship, nobody can tell you your testimony was not true for you. But because it didn't matter to somebody else, they're going to say that's not true for everybody. And that's correct. But you can't take your truth and make it the truth.
I'm sorry, I
There's
woke you up.
there's your truth and the truth.
Where's
Yeah, I'm
Bubba?
trying to tell you, calm down.
Daddy,
You,
son.
you was on
Yeah,
you was on 1 million.
you're
Where's
yelling.
Bubba at?
But I don't believe in the, oh, my truth and it's my truth. No, there's one truth. Maybe your perspective or what, everybody thinks differently, but there's usually one truth. It's not my
No, I
truth.
don't.
No, it's more than one
No,
side. of the truth.
because okay, this just like in religion. If people believe Jesus Christ is Jesus Christ,
Where's your
that's
Bubba?
their truth. If Buddhists don't think that Jesus was the Christ, that they don't believe that's the truth.
There's
Hello?
things I can't disprove. So I can't say there's certain things I don't know. Like,
What's up?
I don't know if there's a heaven or hell. Like, I've never been there, so I don't know.
Like, okay, I'm gonna put it like this, Commander. Have you felt a spiritual nature, something spiritual spoken to you before?
Yes.
That's your truth, right?
I wouldn't say I don't use the my
No.
truth.
What I'm saying is that's your
what
truth, right?
That's what I've experienced.
That's
That's
your
what I've
truth.
experienced.
Word.
That's your
Only
truth.
the
Wildheart
host.
wouldn't agree with none of that.
My bad.
No,
That's
he
why
wouldn't.
your truth cannot be the truth. The
My
truth
experience is not his experience.
right.
I
Like
know what
for
Gary
example,
was
we all agree that 1 + 1 is 2, right?
But him not
That's the truth.
experiencing doesn't mean that it's not true. Do you understand?
No, I got that, but that's why it's your truth. But he can agree that 1 + 1 is 2. That's the truth. Your truth is yours. They can't take that from you. It's yours.
facts.
What you experience is your truth.
Mhm.
If
It's
you
true to you.
fell off
It's
your
true to me.
staircase,
It doesn't mean it's true. It
For
doesn't mean it's
everyone.
like for
It's,
yeah.
right? That's what I'm
but
saying.
that's
So
why
that's why.
this is where a lot of people fall at. Because they haven't experienced something they don't feel is fact or truth. Like he was saying, you had an experience with the divine, with the creator. That's true to you, but people who never experience it won't accept it. And where everyone wants to be, I ain't gonna say everyone, but a lot of people want everything to, like Gary said, either be black or white. Well, some people live within the gray. Like me and Gary, we live in the gray. I can accept something is true for you without saying it's true for me. I can accept that. That's you. That's for you. That's fine. But for me, it's not. But I'm not going to deny you your experience. I'm not going to deny you that. But some people, it's either gray, black, or white. And that's where a lot of people have dysfunction at.
But why
Because
argue with Wildheart? Like, why argue with him? Like, at a certain point, we
everything's an
just
argument. I can't even have. What can we talk about? The only way you cannot argue with him is accept everything he says.
well,
You have
right,
to
but
accept
we
it
don't
his
have
way.
to accept it for us. Just accept that that's true for him, right? Like how you're saying the truth. That's his experience. That's his belief for him, and that's okay. I don't have to argue with him about it, right?
But you don't get the same respect from him. If there's something he don't agree with, then it's wrong or stupid. You see
Yeah, but
what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
need his respect, and if he thinks it's stupid, that's fine. Like, let's
I
move
don't I
on.
don't need to fuck with
But
you. I'm straight. That's what I was saying. What's the
Commander,
difference
We don't
between
need to
you having a
entertain it. Yeah,
conversation with? I don't need to know
that's
you.
true.
Fuck you.
we don't need to
That's
entertain
real
it.
shit. Fuck you. I don't
Hey, I
fucking
got
know
it,
you.
word.
I have
I got
no
it, word.
time for you. No. Go crawl in the
Please.
corner and fucking die. I don't give a fuck. You got me
I
fucked up, bro.
understand. But no, I'm trying to help. I'm answering. I'm trying to answer Commander's question, right?
My
The
bad.
reason
You
why it
know, I'm
doesn't.
up.
The reason
We'll put my
I
mic on
got you.
mute. Go ahead, my bad.
The reason why it doesn't work is because if you continuously give in to him, that gives him more of not an authoritative. It just makes his logic seem correct. You can't allow it to be correct when there's three other people. If a majority rules and we all saying he's incorrect, why do you submit to that one that's incorrect? You can't do that. Because
Because
if you
we pick
do
and
that,
choose our battles. We don't have to
but
always battle someone.
well,
Just like he
but that's
doesn't
why
always have to battle us.
that's what he does.
Yeah, that's what he does. Yeah, that's why I was trying to tell him, kind of trying to explain that part to him. Like, pick and choose your battles. You don't always have to call someone out or disprove them. You don't always have to do that. Like, if it's not a detrimental thing, it's okay to sit back and just chill and try to take the positive of whatever's being talked about.
But
Just
if it's not
listen.
his positive, he's not going to accept it. This is what I'm saying.
And that's fine. He should probably excuse himself.
But
and then you gotta look at it this too.
wouldn't do that.
At some point you gotta accept, like when we was talking about the Triple H, we're all aware of what he do, right? But now we have to accept certain things. And when you go into that acceptance stage, you understand, okay, this is how he is, and that's fine. But you are fucking detrimental to what we're trying to do over here. Because you come with the spirit of destruction or chaos. Look, you don't have to agree with anything I say. You can have your perspective. Everybody do. Me and Gary go back and forth.
Yeah,
Y'all
we all
probably
do it.
don't look at it like that. But me and Gary go back and forth with concepts all the time. We don't insult people. We don't try to take one another's truth away from one another. We just it's intellectual sparring. That's it. Everyone can't do that. They have to be right or wrong. That man is trying to validate himself. If y'all, I don't know if y'all see it or not, but that's why he argues.
But word,
He's
we
looking
said
for validation.
okay, or you said, right, we're not going to entertain that. If he comes up on panel and he starts doing that again, we're not going to entertain it. We entertained that way too long, way too long. You could have either not brought him up or cut him off at the beginning and say, listen, we're not going to do that. You can either stay
and I agree with that.
and act and act to our decorum, or excuse yourself. Done. We entertained it way too long, and that's on us.
That is on us.
And I corrected it. I blocked his ass. I corrected it. You blocked.
Yeah.
Have a nice fucking life.
Done. Yeah, done. Dubs is not allowed to come up. Wildheart is not allowed to come up. Sorry. We're not doing that.
And that's what I was saying about the 33 nature, right? Because it's hard to give up on something or someone.
It's hard, bro.
But if they don't want it, there's nothing you can do about that. There's nothing, right? Just like I said, he took that. Well, if that's something that you can do, then you're not at 33. That's incorrect. Because if that's the case, people wouldn't believe that Jesus Christ is who he is, because he gave up on a lot of people. He didn't even speak to people. You understand? So if that's the case, then it wouldn't work. That logic can't work for nobody, but it's still working for people, because
if we can't help someone, let's not hurt them.
All right,
if we can't help someone, let's not hurt them.
Let me play this real quick.
Oh shit, he clicked.
Black brother.
What up, Northwest? We got Northwest.
What up? Hey, and Commander, I agree. And I apologize to y'all tomorrow, but tonight I feel fucking good. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
You
Sometimes
don't have to apologize to me.
it's just, you know, and I agree with that, you know, and that's something I try to live by. You know, if I can't help you, I won't hurt you. But sometimes people need to just hear shit raw. They need to hear shit for what it is.
I
Like,
agree.
get your shit together, man.
He said, "I'm not gonna treat no grown ass man like a little ass kid." That's what he said. He said, "I gotta talk to him like a grown ass man."
Northwest,
You
what's
want to talk
going
about
on,
some
Northwest?
factual shit? I'm gonna give you some facts. It doesn't, you, everything based on facts. Here you go.
Shit.
It is what it
Oh
is, bro.
shit!
Shit.
Listen, one of my old heads watches the
Talk
replay.
about I hate life. Fuck out of here, bro.
Welcome in, Big Dad Mama. Welcome in.
Welcome. Listen, if one of my old heads watches this replay, yo, I'm telling you, they gonna say the same shit I just said. Word just old schooled him. That's all he did. Like on some real shit, they both grown men. Word shouldn't have to cuddle to everything. So sometimes, you know, some people got to take the harsh reality.
I do. I'm just being honest, man. This is why I don't fuck with a lot of people in real life, bro. Because you can't be nice. You can't give people grace in life. Some people, they don't understand what it is, and they don't understand when they get. But at the same time, bro, I ain't about to sit here and play with you. You ain't about to sit here and play with me. You got me fucked up. If we was face to face, I would have slapped the dog shit out of you. You wouldn't have been able to do a goddamn thing but take. And that's fact. I just, man.
Everything went sideways when he called the word a P. I was like, oh shit, no, he didn't.
Y'all terrible.
That's when
If
everything went sideways.
you wouldn't have did that shit. If you wouldn't have said that shit to my face in real life, you wouldn't have did that shit. And if you did, you wouldn't have been talking for a couple months. You got me fucked up, bro. I'm respectful to everybody. I ain't calling nobody out their name or none of that shit.
Does
I
he
see the
normally?
videos you have, bro. And I wasn't sitting up here talking about you, bro. You sitting on this bitch snorting coke and doing all this weird shit with your mom online, bro. Fuck out of here, man. Like we ill. You blessed to even fucking talk to me. You got me fucked up, bro.
Wait,
Motherfuckers, I don't fuck with people like you in real life.
Wildheart apologizes, but you know what, Wildheart, you stay apologizing. It's like
Man, fuck your apology. I don't want that
you
shit.
stay apologizing. If you're not
Actually,
correcting, then
yeah, that shit don't
at
mean a
some point,
goddamn thing to me, bro.
Wildheart, your apologize don't mean anything when you're not trying to like correct it, like really correct it.
If it doesn't, if it's not being applied, then what's the point? And that's the whole that was the whole
Man, why the fuck is you in
conversation that
that
was
chat,
being
bro?
had
Go kick
somewhere.
fucking rocks, man. Fuck out of here.
He
Don't
already
pop
left.
in my shit, bro.
He already left. But yeah, there's some
You not
people like
fucking
I accept
wrong.
their apology, but
Fuck out of here.
I can't mess with you anymore. But like I'll accept the apology and wish you well. I've done that before on here because people have come back to apologize because they did some shady stuff, and that's okay. But I can't rock with you no more. I apologize and wish you well.
well,
Vaya
that's
con
why he
Dios.
back. We could only time out and hide people. That's why people. And you can ban them from the StreamYard. That's how you ban them.
Oh no, he banned. That's the second channel. I think he got three. Just go find somebody. Bro, look, it ain't even that serious. I don't know you. You don't know me. We have no fucking ties together. Have a nice fucking life, man. I wish you the best. As simple as that, bro. I won't even speak after this stream. No one says his fucking name on my. Please don't.
Okay.
No one says his fucking name after this stream. Please, I would greatly appreciate that. And that way, look, have a nice life, bro. I won't say nothing about you. I don't give a fuck if you talk about me, bro. I'm used to that, but trust me, I will not say a goddamn thing about you, bro.
All of us divine spiritual angels. Let's make a pact.
Like, no bad. If y'all like wildheart, that's cool, bro. I'm not telling nobody not to support him or nothing. He's just not for me. That's just it, bro. I didn't
Listen,
try, and
I
I'm done trying.
unsubscribed from the time that he made the one that the joke, the monkey joke. I unsubscribed. I was not supporting that. Sorry, and that's it. Don't mean I hate you. That just means I don't. It is not entertaining to me, so I'm not gonna support
You know,
that.
the fact of the matter is, you know, you gotta want it. We can't want it more than what the individual needs, right? They gotta want it more than us. Just like you can't love somebody more than they love themselves. It's the same thing. If people don't want it for themselves, you can't force it on them. There's nothing you can do about it. So you just leave it where it's at. If this is where it's at, then that's where it's at. You leave it there. At the end of the day, if we're trying to build something, if we're trying to make it comfortable for people, you can't allow some things or some people to make it uncomfortable. It defeats the purpose of what you're trying to do. It's like
You
if
can't let
we're
people
talking about a
derail.
better you, right? If a better you is a better us, and there's somebody that's not getting better, how are we getting better? You understand? Like it defeats everything. If we want people to get better and they don't want to get better, they're not for us. They're not for the conversations. They're not for anything that we're doing.
Do
Right?
it for the
So it's a
9.
hindrance. Do
That's
it for the
okay.
9. And that's
What
why
just
I had
happened?
and that's why I had to drop down, because I'm not gonna do that. Like I can't do that. Right? And all because it's clear as day. It may be a fact to me, but he doesn't want the help. Right?
No,
He doesn't want
I
the
don't
help
see
from
it.
us. So if he doesn't want the help from us, what is the point of him being around us? He's not ready to take that step to get the help from us. So there's no
Like,
like.
bro, look,
I'm trying to help nobody.
but this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, even after my wife got off, we were just sitting up here talking, having a conversation. And then he come up like, bro, just enjoy the conversation. You don't gotta agree with
Frankie, you
everybody
missed
said.
it.
You know how much
Frankie, you
shit
missed it. Hold on, word. Hold on, Frankie, you
in the
missed it again. Frankie, you missed it again. Frankie, you gotta rewind. Frankie, you gotta rewind. Word went off. I'm just telling you.
He was holding it
Don't
in.
be petty.
No, but listen, what happened today proves, listen, all Wildheart did was prove Word's point from earlier. What point was, Word was trying to tell him. And then not just that, he proved, Word's topic on a couple lives that he's done recently with his behavior today. That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, you just made yourself content on a positive way. Respect the money.
Oh, I gotta run back in. Y'all gonna have my house smelling like weed, bro. My wife gonna kick my ass, man. I gotta get my patience back up. I gotta get recentered, bro. Hold on, we're gonna hit the what up though. I just want to say this too, real quick. Appreciate you, Soul, my brother. I want to say this too, man. Feel free to disagree with me. Just don't disrespect me, bro. I don't take that shit lightly, bro. I don't disrespect nobody for a reason. I'm not a disrespectful person. But when you do that shit, bro, you gonna see a whole nother fucking side of me, bro. On some real shit. Like that shit. Like, don't do that, man. I'm not out here disrespecting nobody. Let everybody talk. Let everybody have their point of view and all that shit. Don't disrespect me, bro. I'm a grown ass man. I'm a bad motherfucker in real life. You would not do that shit in my face. I promise you would. So don't do that shit online. And if you feel that way, excuse your motherfucking self. That's just how I feel. I don't be trying to be on no gangster, no hard shit or nothing like that. But don't press my motherfucking balls, bro.
Huh?
You just turning into the mad rapper right now, though. I'm just saying.
Word.
Tell them why you mad, y'all. Shit is kind of sad, y'all. Shout out to the mad rapper. But yeah, like I said, it definitely, like, even in this ironic way, it like Rachel said, the point is being proven, right? If you don't want to become better, then this is not the place for you to be, right? If we're trying to help, right? You're trying to build, and you the opposite of that. You don't need to be here. It doesn't matter what your intention was Now you stepping on somebody's feelings. And as much as words say he's not into feelings, that does it's like a shot to the gut, because you're not doing anything constructive. You're not doing anything corrective. You're criticizing, even if it's not blatant. You're criticizing, and you can't do that on somebody else's panel. You got to respect the person's channel, and if you're not going to respect it, then you should stay away.
Mature conversations. Mature.
And that's all I was saying, bro. Like, I don't mind, bro. There's so many people who I had conversations with, my sister, my dad, bro. We go to me and Gary, bro. We have conflicting ideologies about different concepts, but we don't disrespect one another, man. We can challenge one another all day. I don't want nobody to feel like they can't come on the panel and challenge you. That's cool. But when you start doing all that disrespectful shit, bro, it's like now you challenging my balls. That ain't what you want to do. And if you're bad, look, I'm legally blind. I'll be honest with you, I'm legally blind. And you want to challenge my balls, do it and see what fucking happens. See what motherfucking happens. Like I told you, like Gary said, I don't be in my feelings, but once I get in them bitches, I'm there. I got 2 switches, on and off. I keep it off all the time, but when the shit on, then it's on. You got me fucked up, bro. Come back. I don't give a fuck about your apology, bro. Fuck your apology gonna do for me? Not a goddamn thing. I gave you respect, I gave you grace, I gave you dignity, and you spit in my motherfucking face. Fuck you for life. That's just how it is.
And see, that's why people feel like respect should be earned and not given. That's why they feel like grace is not deserving of all people, even though a lot of us get it. There's some people that just disrespect the grace. They just disrespectful, even if they don't understand that they're doing it. That doesn't excuse that you're doing it, right? If that don't make sense, it may not make sense, right? That's just the way it is. You can't your intention can't trump people's feelings. I say that all the time. I say that for a reason. Right? Because it doesn't matter what your intent is. If you hurt somebody, it's the end of the road.
It's not even about like opposing opinions, because we love opposing opinions. It's not even about that. It's like the way you go about it.
Yeah, man. Like, damn, bro. Like, and then it's like, bro, you changed the whole. Like, we just having a good, slow conversation. We talking about anything, everything. Everything is cool, and then you come up here with that bullshit, bro. Man, fuck that, bro. That shit fuck up the whole time. Like, motherfuckers come on here and just hit live, right? Just to fuck around. That's cool. I do that at times, but my channel is something different,
like
bro.
Immature is fun sometimes, yeah.
Yeah,
we have fun. That wasn't it.
But no, that ain't it, bro. Like that shit right there. I can be sweet. Fuck, I got a nice, beautiful. I can go curl up under that big fat thigh, y'all, and I'm on here talking to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, I wanna be sitting up here arguing for. If I'm gonna do that, I'd rather log off and go sit under that thing, bro. You got me fucked up. I got that, you know? I ain't got to hug all on my mama and shit, bro. Like, that's just weird, bro. Like, you want to talk about some fact shit, y'all go look at that shit, bro. Motherfucker slowly comes in front of his mom and drinking and she begging him. What type of shit is that, bro? I don't fuck with people like that. Man, that's been wild to tell, bro.
Wait a minute.
His mom is like, don't do that in front of me. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing, bro?
But don't you think that's when you should have cut him off? Like, you should have cut him off. He should never been on panel. And wildheart, you had a chance. We gave you one more chance. This was your one more chance.
Bro, I don't think I'm better than nobody. I know I do better than people, but I don't assume or think I'm better than people. And I give people grace because grace is given to me. I wasn't this person before. You know, so I understand people can change. So I give people that space and room and opportunity to become a better version of themselves. But that, like, bro, that's bro.
Yeah, but Commander, you gotta do the replay. I get why we're kind of snapped. Like, listen, man, if you see everything right after he did the prick, John, he was like, I'm like, damn, he want to fight words.
Oh no, I understand. I'm just saying that we could have cut him off like weeks.
Oh no, yeah,
a couple months ago.
I think he report today because it's like,
are you firing your client, Commander?
No, yeah. Listen, there's some things I understand. Like some things I agree with what Wildheart says, and I understand kind of where he's coming from.
Yes, I agree too. Frankie, shout
No,
out
but
for
that
the
shit was
super chat.
funny though. I was like, yo, that
I
word
get
really.
hold on, bro. I gotta clip that. Hold on, I gotta clip that.
You're in trouble now, Commander. This is gonna be worse than Donkey Punch.
What did I do? What did I do?
Yo, that shit was crazy. He was looking for
Listen,
that.
I wasn't even getting paid, so
Yeah,
that was just charity work.
what was it called? A pro.
That was pro bono.
Yeah, pro bono. I was trying to say the word right.
Work. Sometimes that's your best work. Pro bono is your best work because that elevates your money. That elevates you.
But what did we learn? Like what Word said, I don't F with people like that, but he gave him a chance. So what did we learn? We don't F with people like that. We cut them off. We don't keep trying to entertain
we're
and
gonna do a
baby
replay.
them.
We're gonna do a replay. None of us on this show watch.
My question is this: at what point? Hold on, let me play this real quick, and then we'll get back to it. Which one we want to play? Y'all want to see Carlton dance?
Come on, get that money, 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 money. I don't come the money, money.
Yo, who could agree with me that was the word right there? You seen the little baby in the beginning? He was sleeping. He got up, started jamming. That was earlier. Listen, I'm telling you, the bull was like, you fucking. Where it was like, oh wait, what, motherfucker? I got kangaroo hands. You ready?
See, but look, man, I gave him a warning. I'm like, hold on, bro. Now y'all about to see it, and that was the warning. Like, bro, you know, you stepping over that line. He was doing it then. I'm like, chill with that shit, bro. Like, look, I don't play them little fucking mind games. I study the mind. I don't like that narrative shit, bro. First of all, don't do that shit with me, bro. Don't play me stupid.
Word was sleeping. He woke up out of nowhere.
Lucky Charms. I don't even know what that means, but Lucky Charms.
He turned off his Lucky Charms. Yo.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. If my wife heard me, she'd have been like, let's go in the back. Come on, just go ahead. And my wife look. I feel like that. She love that shit, bro. My wife loves like when I'm like being like that. Because it's like it's hard to turn that shit off. When I'm on my own, it's like war, bro. That's how my mind is constructed. I was built for that shit, bro. And it's like I'm trying to be at peace, man.
I thought you said she stops you. She kind of calms you down. Like, no word,
that shit.
word.
Like if it was in like the face, she wouldn't want nothing to happen. But if she see me cutting into a motherfucker, she'd be like, cool, she like it. But if it was like some shit, she
like physical.
Yeah. Like she like to see me get in the bag, like, you know, cut motherfuckers out and shit like that. I'm like, that ain't me. Hold on, I'm about to let somebody pop up.
I thought he was saying
blackout in the building.
But listen, this is how I took it. Listen, blackout.
What up, King? What up, King?
I really thought Word was saying, you know, his wife took him to the back to reward him after he snapped on mofos just to calm him down. I was like, oh, that's a good wife.
That's probably true.
Energy. She like, nah, give me that energy. That's how she be. She be like, come tear this shit up. Like,
let's take that and use it into something good.
She said she gonna take that demon out of him. She's like, come on over here. I got something for you. Let me ride the demon out of you. Come here, park your car in my garage. Come here, boo.
That's like the shit she on. Hey, let me ask you something, King Blackout, man. I apologize first of all. I don't want to shit me like that, bro. I don't be trying to be all.
No, man, no. See, I was gonna come up here. I was just gonna add to that point is, okay, so he called you a prick and you went off on him, right? And you said your piece, which you had every right to do. He then apologized but then in the same sentence was like, but you talked for 20 fucking minutes. It's like, so you didn't even listen to anything Word was trying to say to you about correcting yourself. Like that was the worst part to me, is that he still bitched about you going on. He's like, you talked for 20 minutes, so I lost my train of thought. It's like, so really he was just waiting to respond. He wasn't even trying to listen to what the fuck you were saying. And all you were trying to do is just be like, man, come with some respect. You're on my panel. And that's all it was. All you were trying to do is just be like, come with some respect. And he completely disrespected you. 1000%, bro. You have nothing to apologize about at all.
I appreciate you for saying. Yeah, I appreciate you for saying that, bro. Because, like I said, man, we can have opposing views, we can do all that shit, but bro, be on some. I don't know what type of shit he be on. And then it's like, bro, when you get into that disrespectful shit, like, come on now, man. We grown men, bro. We ain't got. If we disagree, we can disagree, bro. We ain't got to do all that ad hominems and all that bullshit, bro. Like, come on now, man.
Exactly.
Ozzy. Oh, I'm sorry.
What up, Kieran?
Holly in the building. Kieran in the building.
Yes, sir.
What up, Big K?
Ozzy, you gotta tell wifey to catch the replay, yo.
Like, even Karen, right? Karen will come up here and be like, bro, you on some bullshit. And we'll start talking, you know what I'm saying? But he don't get disrespectful, bro.
Right, he
like,
does it. Exactly. Like, one thing I'll give Kieran too is like, if he does get out of hand and then you tell him, man, back down, control your shit. He listens to you, apologizes, and then corrects his shit. He doesn't go on about, oh man, you fucked me up, and he doesn't just continue on. Like, that's what I'll give Kieran. He actually listens to you when you talk.
Yeah.
He's not just trying to respond.
Double in the building. What up, Double?
Blessings, Double. We got the pastor in the building. Double speaks, but
yeah, the pastor in the building. You might need to come over here and give me an exorcism, bro, and get these demons out of me. I just fucking snap, bro.
Double speaks. What up, though?
He just stepped on somebody. Word need to calm down. He needed an exorcist. He had a demon on the panel. He wouldn't listen. Word wasn't sure if he was, Lucifer morning star, or if he was freaking Gabriel or one of the damn angels from heaven right now. He said, I can't decide. Should I send you to hell or to heaven?
That was Legion. That wasn't even a demon. That was Legion. That was a whole bunch of combined.
Oh, crazy.
Oh, bro, I gotta see how bad that was. Y'all talking shit. Y'all talking shit. I gotta see how bad that was. Was it that bad for real?
No, it was funny. It was funny. He said, and Word just said, I was like, oh shit. I stood quietly.
I'm like, word.
It was Walmart's face for me. He started rated anything. I swear to God.
Commander's the voice of reasoning. I'm gonna ask Commander. Commander, was he that bad?
Yeah.
I don't care
like, no plea deals.
Yeah.
No plea deals.
How about we just watch the replay?
Word was still nice when he was going hard anyways.
Right.
How about we watch the replay? How about that?
All right, let's go. Everybody mute. Everybody mute.
It's one sector. Right. I don't subjugate
Americans are stupid. I'm sorry to say it. Stupidity is all over the world.
Yeah. The word, can we have a one-on-one? Just, if you...
Oh, tough fucking look. Get yourself together.
Capital, in my opinion. Nah.
No, but
neither is the UK. We can go to China then. So no, I'm just saying, let's go over there. They smarter than every country in the world.
Kids in China are smart. The kids in Mexico are smarter than the American kids. What up, Robert?
Look at his body language, bro. Like he ready to scrap a song.
If you agree that most people are stupid, it follows that.
I don't agree with your tactic. I don't agree with your tactic.
If you let me finish sentence without fucking interrupting me, because you know you're fucking wrong, you prick.
Adios, me.
Bro, look. First of all, you're not ill, bro. Your life is fit, okay? Let's be real. Your fucking life is fit. If you sitting here trying to tell me something, go get your shit together first, bro.
Well,
go get your shit together.
Sentence.
Bro, I don't even know why you on my panel, bro. We not ill, bro. You have nothing to fucking offer, bro. You're a piece of shit. I've been trying to be nice to you, but guess what? Your life is fucking shit. You don't even want to live, bro. So what the fuck am I listening to you for?
Doesn't matter about
You don't
me.
even like your life, bro. You don't even like you don't even value your own fucking life, bro. You've been talking about detox
Word.
for a month. You sitting out, fuck
Word.
that. He about to get this rap. Fuck you on some real shit. You gonna come on my shit and try to scream again? Bro, you walking
Wildheart,
around
you went after Word,
validation. You look
calling
for
him a prick.
validation because your life ain't fucking shit, bro. We know it. We know it. You don't even want to fucking breathe, bro.
The
So how
Word
the
did
fuck
not
you
call you
gonna
names. The Word did not call you a prick. He didn't call you names.
how you gonna tell me something? How you gonna tell me motherfucking something, bro? I got my own shit. My life is fucking great, and I'm awesome. And I try to be nice to motherfuckers like you. But help, ain't no fucking helping you, bro. That's it. Ain't no fucking helping you. Okay? You need to get your shit together. You need counseling. You need to stop drinking. You need to stop snorting. Stop doing fucking drugs. Now I'm being real with you. This is called tough fucking love. Get yourself together before you try to tell anybody about any fucking thing. Maybe somebody will take you fucking serious. How about that? How about doing that?
Can I start and finish a point, please? The Word. I apologize. Right, my point was, I forgot now because you talked for 20 fucking minutes.
Your point, fuck your life. How about that? Go talk to somebody who fucking cares. You better
Word.
fuck out of here. Oh man. Fuck that dude, bro. I tried to be nice to his bro. He needs to get himself together. He ain't paying me to coach, and he's unfucking coachable.
Okay. Yeah. It wasn't bad as I thought. I wasn't
No, that was great. It was fucking great. You're just like, no, fuck your life, bro. Fuck your life. Fuck your biggest. Fuck you. That was great, bro.
Like, look, like
honestly,
King.
right when you did it, that's when I would have done it too. Because yeah, he was like, nah, fuck that. I don't want to hear your shit. Fuck you. Oh, that was great, bro.
Because you know what, bro? Look, man, we all go through shit, right? But we overcome shit too, and that shit make us better people. But when people go through shit and don't try to overcome it or don't overcome it, bro, they tend to be damaged from it, bro. And then they'll go around fucking damaging everybody else. And I understand that, bro. And I try to give people grace because people gave me grace in life. I'm not nothing special in life, but people gave me opportunity to become a better version of myself, and I took that opportunity. So, like,
yeah, man, and it's just a way of nature, and it's a fact of life that a drowning person is gonna pull you down with them. It's that simple.
You gotta respect the money, man. I appreciate you, brother.
Where got the money? Where got the juice? 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 Where got the money? Where got the juice?
Hey,
that's
shout
how
out
Word
to
left
Karen,
them.
man.
Word left them upside down, twerking.
But see, in any relationship, right? Whatever, as a relationship, association, whatever you want to call it, right? There has to be compassion, right? We understand compassion plays a key role in situations in life. You can poo-poo it and overwhelmingly disrespect it, and you should not expect any more when you do things like that. So you just have to be mindful of who you giving it to, and when you see it's not worth wasting the time, you got to eliminate the problem. I think that's what he's trying to do. I still feel bad for him, but you just can't tolerate it. It doesn't matter. There's nothing you can do about it, you know. So it is
what had
what it
happened
is.
was what had happened was that Word knocked the Lucky Charms off his hand, right? And he was, this is Sparta! And kicked them off his rainbow for a second, and he couldn't take it.
But this is why, I told Words that you got to be careful, because if they weaponize the 33, it's not going to be a good outcome. We're trying to use the little bit of energy we got for the right reasons, but because duality does take place, if strong good exists, then strong bad exists, and I don't think people want to feel a wrath. Like he probably, whatever his feelings is his feelings, right? But he determined that feeling. You didn't care about what the decorum was here. You didn't care about anything that was going on. So whatever happens, it happens. If Word wants to bring him back, that's his decision. But at the end of the day,
Nah.
He took worse time. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all, I've been following Word for a minute, and this is the longest he's let somebody on his panel come back and forth like that. He's never done this before.
Mr. Ma, what's up?
That's why I was like, yo,
Mod.
what's up? Bless his Mr. Mod. He definitely messed up, because I've never seen Word get anybody opportunities like that.
I know something wrong now, because Mr. Mod is agreeing with Word, especially about this. So it's not that people don't have that compassion. It's just that he got to care more than anybody else. If we cannot all care as a group of people more than the individual. That's just the fact of the matter. If he cares, he'll straighten it out. If he don't, he'll continue to change for the worse. But we know one thing's for sure: he's not improving at all. That's just the best way to put it.
He came on for that work. He got the work.
And the other day, I looked at the replay, and then I was seeing, the exchange between Miss Ahmad and him, and she was telling him to like chill. Everybody been saying that. That's why I say people give him grace, because when you see somebody in that state, I'm not gonna use the term pity, but we all been down before, so we know how it feels. So when we see somebody else down, just being a good fucking human, bro, you just want to be nice to a person. But then when you do that and they spit in your face, it's like, come on now, man. Like, don't do that.
He don't really want that change either. You could tell. Like, if not, he would have been, got his shit together. It's not Word's first time talking to him and trying to, he don't care. That's it, point blank. And he's too grown for Word to treat him like a little ass boy. So I'm not even mad at him. Word came at him. It's the problem. See, he kept taking Word's kindness for weakness. So he thought Word was gonna be nice like every other time. Nah, man, he's a grown ass man. The fuck, like you look, yo. In real life, I think Word would have punched his face in.
Bro, I would have broke his shit. I'm telling you, I would have got tired of hitting and I would have hit his ass. If you don't shut up, I'm gonna make you fucking shut up. And I don't like I ain't trying to go to jail. I pay taxes. I got kids. I don't put myself around people like that because I know how I am. I put myself around people who have who are civilized, who can have conversations, who can disagree. Okay, that shit for you. All that ad hominem shit, that narrative, bro. I don't dip bro, that shit disrespectful to me. Then you coming over to my shit and we doing something, trying to do something special, and you bring that bullshit over here. That's all you have to offer, bro.
Yeah.
And nobody wants that shit, bro. It's a package of shit. That's what it is. Like you put shit in the box and a bow on it. Don't nobody, it still stink. Get that shit out of here, man.
Right, exactly.
That was funny.
He's just in a constant state of trying to prove everybody else is wrong. It's like you can't even have just a normal conversation. It's ridiculous. He's trying to be a debate bro, but he sucks at debating. It's insane. Everywhere he goes, it's the same thing.
It'd be fucking normal, bro. Shit. That's why I asked him before. Like, I know your social life suck. Like, ain't nobody about to sit here and just have conversations like that with you in real life. Nobody's gonna do that shit, bro.
Right.
He was about to cry. Word, he kept putting his head down. I was like, is Word about to make him cry? I know he snapped at one point. He said, I'm like, damn, you want to fight? I'm like, yo.
And I'm like,
no, don't get more angry. Laugh at it. It was funny. He looked like a little gremlin.
Shout out to all the full super chat. Again,
Hey, motherfucking right.
Respect the money. Man, I need to get lessons from that border.
shout out to Aussie.
Shout out to Big K. Appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you. Yeah, but that's how, bro. Look, and see, this was. I'm not a perfect person, bro. So I have to move a certain way so I don't get in trouble. And I don't put in real life. I don't put myself around people like that because I know what'll happen. So you put in life. This is what you got to do, bro. You got to put yourself in the position to win. And if you know some of your weaknesses or your flaws, you work on them. But while you're working on them, stay away from shit to trigger you, right? And people like that fucking trigger me, bro. Like, you will sit here in my face and disrespect me, I will break your shit. Fuck out of here.
Flag on the play. Unnecessary roughness.
He need to get some. I think he need to get some mental help. Like, log off the internet for a little bit and get some counseling. I don't know. That's my best advice. But he's not gonna take it. So
his counselor's gonna quit day one.
Bro, but see this one, and then this too, bro. This is just something I learned in life, right? I'm not saying it's true or fact, whatever. I'm just telling you, this is what I learned in life. Stay the fuck away from people who don't enjoy life. Because they don't appreciate life, they ain't gonna appreciate your life, bro. If they don't value their own life, it's hard for them to value yours. So when I see people like that in real life, I don't even fuck with them, bro. I just don't. If people don't value their own life, how the fuck they gonna value yours? I stay away from people like that, bro. And that's not even judging people. That's just saying those type of people don't work with me well. I don't fit in with those people well who don't value fucking life. Life is hard for everyone, but I find the moments in it to enjoy it, to embrace it. You find things within life. It's negative and positive, bro. You gonna have some negative shit, but don't focus solely on that because there's positive things going on. And if you just sitting there looking at the negative stuff, wallowing in it, you'll never be able to enjoy the positive aspect.
Yeah. You can't even add to that.
This was a teaching moment. That's it.
This is the other side. This is the duality of a healthy relationship. This is the other side of it, right? An association. I'm not gonna say a relationship. An association, right? You did, like, everybody is in agreement. Everybody has done the most that they possibly can do for him in the situation. We all came to the same conclusion. It's not a fact. It's our truth. It's the truth. The truth is he doesn't want the help. If he doesn't want the help, then there's nothing we can do about that. It doesn't mean that we don't wish him we don't wish him well. It doesn't mean that we don't want to see him at his best. He got to want his best. We know he's not at his best. So, like, I know one time, I think me and Word was going back and forth, and he's like, "Yo, you see this?" I was like, "Yo, this man about to tie the knot." I'm like, "What?" And I did a live on that, like, "Yo, we got to stop doing that." Right? I did a whole live about it. Like, wait a minute, this man ready to take off. And I'm like, okay, we got people imploring this man to get help, get better, this, that, and the third. We can't pour that emotion into him because it doesn't mean anything to him. We can't show him love because he don't know what the hell love is, because he blocks it out. What else are you supposed to do? That's what your hands of the situation, or dust the shoes off the sandals and keep it pushing. So if anything, good luck to him. That's the best way to put it.
And Miss and Mod, I agree. I want to put your comment on the screen, but I know, I just don't want nobody to feel no type of way or nobody to look at you, but I hope I 100% agree with that. I don't want nothing bad to happen. I know I was angry and said I don't want nothing bad to happen to that man. I hope he get his shit together on some real shit. I can't fuck with it, bro. I'm straight. I can't fuck with it, bro. I'm fucking straight. I don't have the tolerance. I don't have the patience for that shit. I rather focus my energy on people who trying to do better versus people who can't do better, bro. That's just where I'm at, man.
Ozzy.
Oi, oi, oi.
What up, though, Big K and Little K? I see the missus there making you look good.
In
You
the
take her out that
house.
picture. You take her out that picture, bro. I can't say that, but keep her in there, man. She's making you look good, brother.
I just had an idea. Commander, what you think about this? Word and Mrs. Word and Big K and Little K do part 3, relationship talk.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, that could be interesting. Yeah.
Nobody in the chat up here except just them. We talk in the chat.
I could learn something, I reckon.
I'm gonna learn
because
something
it's opposites. Like they're two different relationships. You see what? But they both work for each other. I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Two different worlds.
Yes,
two different worlds.
I don't know about opposites. I don't know about opposites, but certainly different worlds. Yeah.
Yeah. What I mean by opposite is like y'all don't think the same, like-minded, but four different people thinking differently, complete opposite of each other. My bad. So let me break it down a little more.
Yeah, I guess I could give Mrs. Martin permission to speak for an hour or so.
See, two different worlds right there.
It'll have to work around my kitchen schedule, though.
We can bring the phone into the kitchen.
I should never puffed. Wait a minute.
Like there's a certain degree of online presence where some people are like have an online presence that is a persona that isn't really them, and some people have a persona which I think I do a little bit, which is accentuate certain aspects of our dynamic, partly for entertainment, partly for engagement. I haven't said anything I don't believe. But, sometimes I'll come in and say it in a way that, leaves no grey areas. But there is nuance in all relationships, right?
What the hell are you talking about, Ozzy? Sounds like a lot of feelings there.
I think that was for Word.
No, it's just a general comment that, like,
He's talking on the topic, guys.
Yeah, on the topic, yeah.
With you.
Oh, God. I can't believe you got me. I'll take the L. I'll take the L. Enjoy it. I don't take many. I don't. You see, this is what happens when I soften up a little bit. You guys come and kick me in the guts. So,
no, Karen, you know what? I 100% agree with what you said. Even me, bro. Like in real life, I won't tolerate a lot of things I tolerate online. So I'm insinuating an aspect of myself, right? So I agree with what you say, bro. I just think, it's still me. It's just I'm emphasizing more of an aspect that I probably wouldn't do in real life. Like in real life, I don't deal with a lot of people because I don't deal with bullshit. It's like, why deal with bullshit when I can, be on something that's beneficial to me? So I don't deal with it. I cut it off. I don't do disrespect because I don't disrespect people, bro. I don't go around disrespecting people just because we think different. Like, that's fine. We think different. What's good for you might not be good for me, and vice versa, but I'm not about to sit up here and insult you because you don't think the way I think. That shit to me is like, that's animalistic, bro. Like, we supposed to be fucking humans, okay? You got your way, I got my way, that's fine. We can share. If I can take something from you, that's cool. If you can take something from me, that's cool. But sitting up here insulting one another, I don't need to tear you down and make myself feel good.
Yeah. I had a mentor once who taught me a really good lesson, which was, imagine that every person you meet for the first time probably knows something you don't. And wouldn't it benefit you if you could learn what that was? And it could be anything. Like, it could be anything, but some little thing. But every person I meet, I think this person's got a different life experience, a different point of view. I really wonder what they could teach me. You know, so, but there is an element of matching energy, right? That's there's a guy I watch a lot on YouTube called Andrew Wilson who talks about matching energy. I'll engage with you all in good faith, but if you want to come at me, bro, I'm coming back, and I'll come back with change, with interest. I'll come back with interest, right? And so, yeah. So what you did with Wildheart was, you know, you returned the energy with interest, bro.
And
there's a
you know what? My bad. Go ahead, brother.
There's a concept I learned about in the American defense policy, which is called escalate to de-escalate.
Mm-hmm.
Which means if you bomb one of our towns, we're going to bomb 18 of yours, and then you'll find out. But before that, I'll engage. I'll give you enough rope to hang yourself. That's my main approach. Generally, is I'll just keep on giving you enough rope, let you talk, let you dig your own hole, you know. And a lot of times that works. People will expose themselves for where they're at. But if you want to come at me, yeah, fuck around and find out, right?
Fuck around and find out. And that, you know what, bro? I tell, like, anybody who been rocking with me for a while, I tell them I got two levels, bro. I got on and off. I'm a switch. But when I'm on, I'm on. You want it, I'm going to give it to you, bro. And I'm not going to stop until it's done. That's just how I am, bro. So the best option is just go your way, I'll go my way. Like I said, after this, bro, I'll never talk about that man again. I'm not going to bash him or nothing like that, bro. No, have a nice life, man. It's good. You just not for me. I'm not saying you ain't for everyone. You just not for me. And I think that should be fine.
I kind of imagine, like, if a friend of mine turned up and one day at work or something, and he had a black eye and a split lip, and he'd obviously been in a fight, and I said, fuck, what happened? And he goes, oh, me and this guy had a disagreement. And I said, how's the other guy look? He goes, well, let's just say he came round to my point of view. I can still hear the compassion. Sorry, bro. When you were breaking down what happened before, when you were showing, I missed the interaction with Wildheart. I was at work, but I saw the replay just now. Even when you're explaining what happened, I can still hear the compassion in your point of view. Right? You aren't dropping your guard, you aren't backing off, but I can still hear the compassion there.
Exactly, and that was my whole point too. Is he was still even in the hot moment, you were still just trying to give him advice and like nurture him to be a better person. And he took that with the disrespect of saying, you just rambled on for fucking 20 minutes. It's like, you didn't even listen to him. Like, that's what got me. Like, again, that was just so disrespectful in my book.
Yeah, there's a comment
doing that the entire night. And I think that's what the problem was. Like, in whatever situation you in, you can't just take just take what you like and or dislike and make a point out of it. You got to hear the whole thing so there's an understanding. I just don't think that he wants to understand. He wants to hear, to respond, to be combative, or dare I say, debate.
Yeah, I like having little Kay here next to me when I'm on these panels, because the thing that she says to me the most is, Kieran, read the room, right? So she stops me from getting carried away, because she goes, listen, like, I agree with you, and yeah, you're making good points, but there are other people here as well. And I go, oh shit, yeah, okay, I better just calm down a little bit, you know. So just read the room, bro. So the thing about Wildheart is he gets locked into his own world and he loses track that there are other people around and other opinions, and it's, I still like him. I still wish the best for him. I really do.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Everybody got.
It's now watch this. Me and Gary about to disagree right now, and I'm doing this intentionally because we was talking about this the other night. I still love him, bro. I just don't like his ass. I can't love his ass from a distance, bro. I gotta love you from a distance, bro. I can't fuck with you, but I got love for you. I want you to be prosperous in life. I want you to do good. Just do that shit away from me.
Yeah, I've heard a analogy that comes to mind, which is like you imagine a pot of crabs and you're cooking them, and slowly, like they're live, and slowly the heat's going up, and one crab here and there tries to climb out, and all the other crabs are grabbing him to try to climb out, but they're dragging him back in again, and so nobody gets out because they're all trying to pull each other back in. And I think what you were saying before the word about sometimes you've just got to stay away from. There are some people that's it's not your problem.
Yeah, I like the way you articulated that. Oh shit.
What's crazy? All this is because Word was talking about a positive and a negative.
Yeah, bro, you can't say shit.
Balance is not balancing. That's not good. That's what happened when you have imbalance. If you have balance, this wouldn't have never occurred. So yeah, you
see that right there, man. That shit crazy, missing my that shit crazy. And then like just giving, like I said, man, I've been down and out. I've been to a point where I felt like I'm a piece of shit in life. I've been that low, and I had to build myself up. So I know it takes time, and if you don't have grace, a lot of times it's harder to get, over them humps, man. So I try to give people that, but like Karen said, bro, I can't fuck with everybody. I know I can't. I'm still in the process of becoming better, bro. And people like that's a setback, bro.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that, by the way he's going, I mean, I'm not going to say, let's talk about him, right? Well, like put somebody else as an example, right? Do you think about the way he's going online, right? Trying to change, is it going to work, right? Anybody in his place, right? Trying to make a change in their life, when you suggest or when you think it's best for them to, stay offline, get themselves together, then come back? Because the influence online makes it worse, I think.
No, he
go ahead, bro.
How do I say this? I'm trying to be nice. He can't come
I'm
back.
legislating for him.
No, I'm saying he can't come back because because until he improves, he's only going to change for the worse.
That's what I'm saying. Like
he's not going to. So what I'm saying is he can't come back. As long as he's changing, he can never come back. He has to improve. He has to improve self-love. He has to improve a lot, but he doesn't have that in him. It's sad because he's seeking it. He just don't. I've never seen this before. I've never seen somebody seek something and don't want to receive it. It's a weird scenario. How could you seek something and not want it? That's weird.
I've seen it with I'm sorry to say it, but I've seen it with schizophrenia patients. You see where I'm coming from?
Well,
but he's not that.
Yeah, now look at like. I don't want to keep highlighting. I don't, not being disrespectful, nothing missing mine, but if you look at her thread in the chat, bro, a lot of things that I observed, she's seen it too. I haven't did it since I lost my eyesight, but I dealt with addiction patients, right? With people with addiction, we counsel them, we help them get them back on their feet and stuff like that. We can't help everybody, and it's hard, like dealing with people. And you want to help them, you see the potential in them, but they don't want it. And the addiction is a motherfucker, man. And I've seen, like, you can watch his show and see the shit, bro. It's not like bro, you snorting coke and doing liquid fentanyl. Oh, excuse me I ain't supposed to say
that. He did that live. Anyway. Wait, in YouTube, let him? He's not striked or nothing?
Bro, that shit was crazy. I'm sitting here like, bro, you can't do that, bro.
You know how many people have lost their pages for doing that?
No, it wasn't. It was morphine.
But it don't matter. People have lost their pages for doing drugs on live. It's against YouTube policies.
Man,
that's why I was like, wait a minute, he's still going live.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. He's been on live saying he don't want to live and stuff like that. That's why I said I felt bad for him. And I was hoping, like, coming around here, maybe we'll rub off on him, bro. That's how I look at life and people. Like, you put them in a better environment, sometimes they do better, but you have to realize when they start affecting the environment.
Yeah, bro. That's there's another saying I heard. If you if you dance with the devil doesn't change his moves. You do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I get it. It's really hard. Like, I'm aware of addiction. I've seen it in my own experience. I've been there myself, etc. Like, you imagine some parents. This isn't my experience, but I've seen it. Imagine you have some parents and they have a son who's like 30, heavily addicted on all the wrong stuff. Keeps on, they give him money, but he still breaks into their house and steals their furniture because he needs more money, etc., etc.
I know what you're talking about.
At some point, for their own well-being and his, they've got to say, we're cutting you off. In the full knowledge, he could recover or he could die.
Yeah.
But they've got to accept that, and it's a horrible situation to put someone in, to have to make that call on you. But when you have to make that decision, oh damn, it's fucking awful. It's really awful. But sometimes it has to be done, and sometimes people come back. Sometimes they do.
Yeah. That's how I made that phrase. I didn't even know Ozzy knew, phrases like that. Shit. That's one of my phrases. I'm dancing with the devil while still talking to God.
Yeah, that's interesting. Geez, that one kind of gives me chills.
Yeah, because I was with an addict before. That's how I came up with the phrase. I just never knew anybody would say it like that besides me. You're the first person I've heard say it like that.
Yeah, gotcha. I was once with a woman, and when we first met, she told me that there was a little bit of, substance use in her past, like a bit of weed. I don't care about weed, but I don't smoke weed myself, but I don't really care about that. There was a bit of other, recreational drugs in her past, and we got together, we moved in together, and then she kind of told, it turned out the only reason it was in her past was because she couldn't get any. And then it turned out she could get some. So she got a little bit of speed, and I was like, I'm not good with this, but I was into her, so I let it slide. And then one day, we were living together for about 9 months, and one day she goes, I can't get any of that, but a friend of mine can get a little bit of ice. I'm thinking maybe, and I said to her, stop right there. I said, the day you do ice is the day I leave.
What is that?
I was about to say, I don't even know what that is.
Ice, crack. Crack.
Oh. So basically like snow. Snow. Okay, snow.
Yeah.
No,
so I said the day. I said, love, the day you do that is the day I leave. And 2 weeks later, she kicked me out.
Oh,
so she chose that over me. So do I care? In the beginning, yeah, but now, no, love, you chose that over me. That's that's good luck to you. Good luck.
It's a herpes. I know how it is when they choose that drug over you, and then they want you back in their life. No, that's a herpes. That's why I keep saying, like, I've never heard nobody else use that phrase besides me. I'm dancing with the devil while talking to God. People don't understand that phrase. They be like, what? What you mean? I'm dancing with the devil while I'm talking to God. Is that what you means?
Did y'all see what Mr. Mind said? He will take your sympathy. Mr. Mind said people like that will take your sympathy to the pawn shop. That's some real shit. That's some real motherfucking shit right there.
Wow. That's
absolutely.
They'll take your sympathy to the pawn shop. Yep.
You know what was the biggest heart piece for me? That when I was with the person that had an addiction, that person never stole from me. But when we had things for, our son, they stole from them. That's what's the hurt piece. I'm saying he was like, I don't get it. I never understood that one part. To this day, I don't care who explains it to me. It doesn't. My brain can't compute it or comprehend it.
Addiction, man. My bad. Go ahead, brother.
Nah, I was gonna say, at the end of the day, like we can call it, if we stand on topic, that's their relationship, right? They don't even consider that to be an addiction, right? They consider that their relationship. He's addicted to chaos. He's addicted to this. He's addicted to that. That's what he wants to have the relationship with. He wants to have the relationship with a substance instead of an individual or individuals. There's nothing you can do about that. right? And it sucks, right? Because like I told y'all before, like my dad was he when you're a child, it's like, all right, my dad chose that drug over me, not understanding that it's an addiction, but he had a better relationship with the drugs than he do the individual. It's tough to take in, right? It takes a strong person to forgive that person, but you'll never forget it. I think as long as we have forgiveness, we can get over a thing, but we'll never forget it because we know the ramifications of it. If it happens again, we have to be ready for it at any given time. You got to prepare for it. Even if a person is improving themselves, there's always going to be doubt in your mind because he's already fell victims to his relationship with the drug. So it's a hard scenario to really judge.
But it's crazy how us as adults could adjust to it. A kid can't adjust to that shit.
Real quick, y'all, let me apologize to Commander again because she was trying to get me where I'm at now, and I appreciate you, sis. And like you said, that's something I live by. If I can't help somebody, I don't want to hurt them. And I don't regret what I did, but I still shouldn't have did it. You know what I'm saying?
Why not?
Shouldn't
have done what?
Bro, I just don't. I try to be better. I try to do better. You know what I'm saying? I do.
Yeah, but bro, if you're speaking about yeah, go on.
Well, you shouldn't feel bad because at the end of the day, you was respectfully, okay, even though it sounded fucked up what you were saying to him, you was not being disrespectful. He would have been on another panel on this side. It wouldn't have went the way it went down with you. It would have went 10 times worse. I think they would have made Wildheart cry for real.
Yeah, and also,
I'm sorry to say it.
Yeah, you spoke the truth, brother. Every word that came out of your mouth was the truth.
He wanted truth, he got truth. He wanted the smoke, he got the smoke.
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to, right?
He came on here trying to debate, like, no, you're not gonna be right today. But you came on here with no proof, even with words, showing him on the screen. You see where I'm coming from? This is but he kept trying to take he was like Gary was saying, and Gary said it the best earlier. I can't sit here and break word by word what Gary said, but he was just stuck on certain words that Word would say and just try to, he wouldn't let go.
What the Word did was, like when I was a kid, I respected my dad and I feared my dad, right? And they were kind of the same thing, which helped me avoid a whole lot of trouble. There were times I got invited to go and do some shit and I was going to go and do it, and I just imagined my dad in my head and I thought, damn, I can't go. But my dad saying I'm angry with you is one thing, but my dad saying I'm disappointed in you, that's next level. And what the Word did tonight to Wildheart, he said, I'm disappointed in you, son. That's the real shit. That's the real shit. And he can take that for what it's worth. He can ignore it. He can try to come back. He can try to get his shit together. But every word that the Word said was the truth. Thanks. And you delivered it. You delivered it with respect and a firm hand. There's nothing wrong with that, bro. Nothing wrong with it.
It's awesome. Mm-hmm.
It was awesome. Yeah, it was good shit, bro.
You can compare your life, right? Your life that you did today to another life that, somebody that like Wildheart has jumped into, and you can compare them both. You was respectful. Yeah, you went off. But how many people can you say go off and be respectful? Because I could tell you and be honest, that's why I don't go off, because I cannot be respectful like Word was. I would have went off and, and then didn't regret what I said afterwards because he deserved it on some real shit. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I would have made him feel very tiny. Word was nice.
Yeah, this may sound like a weird analogy, but it's just how my brain works. I pull in images and stories from all over the place. One time I had a gardening business, and I'm working with power tools, chainsaws and pole saws and stuff like this. And little Kay came with me to give me a hand one day. She's laughing right now because she remembers. And I'm about to get on the chainsaw, and her job is to clean up after me, sort of stop stuff getting under my feet. So I ran through the safety drill. Okay, your job is to stay away from me, right? If you want my attention, don't tap me on the shoulder. Wait until I'm taking a break, or I turn around and wave at me and say, I want your attention. 12 seconds later, I start the saw. I hadn't put the cap back on the bar oil chamber, so the bar oil all ran out. What did little Kay do? She ran in with her hands and tried to grab the saw.
Because I didn't want him to blow up. No, he was going to blow up.
So what happened? Well, what happened was...
Petrol, chainsaw.
Yeah, but what happened was I scolded her. I said, literally in someone's backyard, I said, what the fuck, Katie? I told you 12 fucking seconds ago. Do not... what's wrong with you, right? And she's almost crying, and I'm telling her off. Right, so was that...
Yeah, we laugh about it now.
So was that wrong? Was that wrong? Like, did I say it in a too mean a voice, or was I being an asshole, or was I genuinely concerned? She said, I was worried you were going to blow up. I said, love, let the machine blow up. Don't cut your hands off, right? So, but the point I'm getting at is there are appropriate times to be angry and to raise your voice and to swear and stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just think, sometimes what I see with Word is that, when the frustration, I think he's more frustrated that he's not, well, it's not that he's not getting through. It's not getting through. Right. So he gets frustrated.
I'm frustrated that I even, my bad. I just want to say I get frustrated by even getting frustrated. Even when I get, I don't like. Well, my bad. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted.
No, you just have to understand that you're a human being as well, right? You did it out of compassion, right? Because you even said, "I'm giving you tough love, even if you a motherfucker. I'm gonna give you tough love. I'm not doing this to harm you. I'm doing this to help you get your shit together." That's all you can do. That's all you can say. I mean, I feel that I don't think you should apologize for nothing. You give too much grace.
Guys, I think you're making me realize now that here's what it boils down to. When it comes to addicts, and it comes to some addicts, some people, and it comes to narcissists, you don't get any closure. You don't get closure. You end up telling them off, and then they go away, and you have no idea whether your words rang true, whether they're going to go and do something stupid, whether they're going to be okay. And we're the ones left wondering, did my words have a bad impact or a good impact? And you'll never find out. And so
and I'm going to be honest, and this may sound like asshole-ish. I understand exactly what both of y'all said, but it's more about me and the people who support me than, I wasn't getting frustrated. I wasn't getting through to them. I got frustrated that I allowed all this to happen. I allowed him to frustrate me. Like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. Like, in my youth, I did a lot of unscrupulous things, bro. I hurt a lot of people. So I do my best today, bro, every day, not to hurt anybody. So when I feel like I'm putting that energy towards somebody, it hurt me, bro. Like, to even be in that state. I'm frustrated that I even got frustrated because, like Commander said, I knew personally I should have cut him off a weeks ago. I should have just blocked him and been done. But I was giving him that grace, and it was to my own detriment. Not only to mine, but what I'm trying to do over here. I know people just I'm trying to create an environment over here where everyone can benefit from, where people who want to come into this type of environment of self-development, trying to get better by sharing information, learning new things. And what he did is indecorous to that. What he does is indecorous to that, bro. So even allowing that to come in frustrated me. It was more about me and more about the people who support what we doing over here.
Well, you're still learning. So you're still learning, bro. Yeah, you're still learning. Just want to shout out to Missing Mod in the chat who said, Missing Mod doesn't think, I'm not sure if Missing Mod's male or female, so I'll just go gender neutral. Missing Mod, female, okay. She mentioned that in the chat that she thinks that, what's his name, Lionheart? Wildheart hasn't hit rock bottom yet. And the scary part, and she said it's scary, the scary part is I think rock bottom is kind of a bottomless pit. Like I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. No matter how low you go, there seems to be another level of depth that you can go to. That's the scary part.
Some people have a bottom and some people don't. The people who have a bottom able to come up. The people who don't have that bottom, they just keep going down. I agree 100% with that shit, bro. I agree 100%.
Yeah, that's well said.
It's like that
That's
whirlpool
well
in the
said.
river. It keeps sucking you down until you disappear. That little current, I don't know what you call it.
Undertow. You talking about when the
You know, you go you got the river, right? But then you got that water that's falling down on top of that rock. When you step on it, if you slide down, there's a current underneath that keeps pulling you down.
Yeah,
and it
correct.
keeps sucking you. You can't. It's not a waterfall. It's actually the river.
Is that called an undertow?
I don't know.
A rip. Yeah.
There you go.
A rip. There you go.
Yeah, but have to respond to Stoic's. When did Stoic become Stoic 9? Okay. Anyway, got to reply to Stoic.
He's a 9. Commander gave him the. No, what is it called? Commander Brandon not so long ago.
So Stoic said that he said, "Okay, Kieran, death is the bottom." Stoic, death is not the bottom, bro. There are way things worse than death, bro. Way worse, bro.
Yeah, that's the end. That's the end.
Death gives relief at times. Shit, death can be a fucking relief, bro.
Yeah, like, bro. There are worse things than death, bro.
Bro, I agree with that, bro. Because, like, man, I ain't even gonna talk. One day we'll talk about that.
Oh, get the phone. Get the phone.
It's fine. Hello.
We are not here right now. Take a message.
At the point you
now, Mr. Mod, Mr. Mod on some real, that's why a lot of the times, even here we trying to build that thing, right? Because we all understand that we are strong, but even the strong need to check the strong. So anytime that you feel like you going through something, you welcome to come up. Well, I might be speaking a little bit forward, but you welcome to come up here and have a conversation. No, I'm just saying because
you speak for the
I'm
nine,
saying,
bro.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying I'm speaking because we I don't want to invite people unannounced or whatever the case may be, but you are welcome to come up here. That's anybody in the chat. It's the same thing, right? Because we can't always be strong, right? Like even tonight, we all know that Word is a strong person, but there is times that you can lose a little bit of your strength. That's what happened tonight. But even as far as a relationship, that we're here to back him up. We're here because at the end of the day, even if we don't agree with him apologizing or anything like that, he understands that he has people that's around him that's going to support him at the end of the day. And that's what we're trying to build. And like I said, if you got anybody in the chat, they go through a situation, you're welcome to come up and have a conversation because that's what we're here for. We're here to help. We're not here to hurt anybody. We're here to help. And that, like I said, that goes to anybody in the chat, anybody on the replay. As long as you are being considerate and respectful, you're always welcome.
And this too, man. And like, even if we got to end the live and have a private conversation, you want to hit me on IG and Gary, by trade, I'm a life coach. So, but Gary, by trade, he just a 33. So, that's what he is, man. That man, I'm learning from Gary, grace, hope. I'm learning a lot of different levels of it. I understand it, but G has showed me different levels of shit, bro. So, shout out to Gary, bro. That's my older 33, bro.
Listen, Mod is funny as hell right now.
Man, no, bro. Man, you gotta look at some of it, man. Mr. Mod be having me rolling. I love when she come in the chat, man. She be having me rolling, man.
Where's Mrs. Mod from? Mrs. Mod. Where's Mrs. Mod from?
I always call her Mrs. Mod now. I do say Mrs. Mod instead of Missing Mod.
Yeah,
She
where's
got a
she
dope
from?
channel. You don't know her channel?
No.
I don't know the area, but your boy be on
I believe
her
she's in
panel all the
Florida.
time.
She
What's
says she's
the
from
ghost
Florida.
dude? Yeah, the ghost dude be on her panel all the time. Remember your boy who came over? Ghost. What is his name?
Oh, Crucible
Jason?
Ghost.
Is it Crucible Ghost?
Yeah.
It's one of them
Yeah, I
ghosts.
think so.
Yeah, she got
Yeah,
a cool
Crucible
channel,
Ghost.
man. Yeah, check her
He's
out,
a
Karen.
funny.
You'll like her channel.
I will.
Damn, I was about to
Crucible's a
call.
funny guy.
I
Oh,
was about
Gangster
to
Ghost.
call her
Gangster
remember.
Ghost. He's no.
Gangster Ghost.
Gangster Ghost. That's what it is. I know something Ghost.
Yeah, I don't know him. Oh, there's Missing Mod's. Okay, I'll use my other phone. I'm going to hit that up. Yeah.
No, that's it. He says release, right? Yeah, release. Realize. My bad. I'm like, yo, he's coming to release death. I was about to call him.
In the grand scheme of life, and I understand you. I understand what you talk about, Stoic. Because like reincarnation, you off yourself, and then you had to come back and do this shit again. So I definitely understand where you're coming from. I definitely understand.
You just gotta do your best, right? If you're doing your best, man, I mean, you can't really complain if you're doing your best. But in truthful mode, you know if you're doing your best. You can't keep saying I'm doing it, and ain't doing shit. Use a damn lie, because you know you ain't doing your best. Because if you was doing your best, you'll get your best result. Other than that, stop saying you're doing your best. Oh, I'm changing, I'm trying. Stop trying, do the shit. Trying means you thinking about making the attempt. Doing it is you doing the attempt. There's an actual action of making that happen. So as long as people understand the difference, they'll get a different result. Until then, they're on that line.
And this was bugging me because when Rachel said that the undertow has to do with the ocean, not the river. Because I'm like, is the underwater current in the ocean? That's what I thought she was talking about. But a river is,
there's a little current that takes you down right next to that. You know, they got that little rock, that little stepping stone up there that you can stand on. They got the little water coming down. You slip on that, John, the current takes you down. I know because I almost drowned in one. My mama had to save me. After that, that's when I learned how to swim. I'm never forgetting that shit, and I will never forget the feeling either.
Man, drowning is that shit. That's a fucked up way, man. When I was younger, I drowned. They had to do CPR. That's a fucked up feeling, man. Mm-hmm. I remember that shit. That's one of the most vivid memories I have. I was 5 years old, man, and I went down a water slide, and I went down the wrong slide and went into the 6 foot instead of the 3 feet. And when I went down, I was trying to climb up, and I grabbed this girl's bottom, and she thought I was trying to pull her bottoms off. She didn't know it was a kid. She just felt somebody grabbing her bottom, so she held my head, like trying to get me off of her, and she drowned me, bro. And the next thing I know, I woke up, and they was putting me in back of an ambulance. My mom was crying, like everybody was going crazy. Yeah, I died, bro. I was gone. I was out of there.
But that's the thing about like even those situations, right? If you apply it to relationships in life, right? They tell you to swim against the current, right? So that way it don't drag you in. Some of us think that we can defy the odds and go with the current. Some of us make it, some of us don't. But you got people that's not even able to swim trying to do it. That never made sense to me. But you trying to keep up with the Joneses, you better keep up with yourself. If you keep up with yourself, you will last a little bit longer than anybody expect you to.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm happy we ended this with me calming down. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I didn't think I was gonna calm down this quick, so I appreciate y'all, man. I really do. I couldn't keep that energy with y'all, so
yeah, I appreciate that too. I appreciate that.
That's a good question. Listen, Mom. Shit, only a few come back, right? When they, when death meets them, when the Grim Reaper comes to claim them. So that's a good.
Hey, Mr. Mind, look, I think we are, because check this out. When I was 23, who was that? My son? Come here, Nana. Go lay back down, baby. When I was 23, I got stabbed, and I was out of there for a minute, and they brought me back. So I keep coming back for more. Keep coming back. I miss you. You're supposed to be asleep, baby. You got to get up in the morning. You cold?
Yeah, but you know,
go use the bathroom and lay back down. I'll be in there in a minute.
That is a good question.
for me,
I said, how do you explain it? Like a lot of us have met, near death, have had near death experiences, or actually, been through it and have somebody revive us back. Me was in my mama's belly when I came out. Her tubes were, tied around me. They said I had blue blood. I never knew that they had to do a transfusion on me to bring me back to life when I was a baby.
Damn.
Then you got exactly. That's why I was like. Then you got the time I drowned. So it's it's weird how she said that. I get you to think.
When you get blue blood, that means you don't have oxygen in your blood at all. That's the only way blood, stay blue, is when it's not oxygenated. And you only really see that in, like stillborns or babies.
No, she pushed me, but her umbilical cord was wrapped around my neck.
Wrapped around,
yeah. So, and then
you went through some shit.
She was supposed to have me on July, and she had me a whole month later. Instead of July 19th, she had me August 19th.
So you were a bit like, so you were a bit overcooked. You were a bit overcooked.
Yeah. She passed the 10 months too at that. That was the funny part.
Your mama didn't want to kick you out because, babies don't leave the womb. They get kicked out. They get evicted.
They get evicted.
Literally,
they get evicted from the womb. They go,
right?
they're going up. Go and breathe that air. Go and breathe that air. Get on with it, right? So your mama wanted to hang on for a little bit longer.
Listen, no, I'm saying no. You listen. You testing a noggin. I don't think about zombies. I was thinking about something else. I was taking that shit, historically, biblical, as y'all want to call it.
Well, Racheal is a very biblical name. That's a very old Hebrew name, Racheal, actually.
So
I forget the reference. I don't know if Racheal was I don't know if Racheal was a good girl or a bad girl, but I know Racheal. Not going to lie.
I'm curious. I never looked up that.
That's a very old name. My second name is Raphael, which is also a very old. Right back.
Yeah, Racheal. Well, in the Bible, Racheal was a loyal woman. And she's in the book. If I'm not mistaken, she's in the book of Esther. The book of Esther, yeah, I think because they go to another land, and she tells the daughter-in-law, "You go ahead without me," and the daughter-in-law's like, "Nah, I ain't leaving you because you are pretty much." She's all she had, and they go together, and then they get that's Ruth. I think it's in Ruth. It's one of those books, Ruth or Esther.
I ain't gonna lie, I haven't heard her story yet.
It turns out that because Ruth gets with Obed, and that's the lineage of David. So that's what. So Rachel's a part of the not the lineage, but the story of David, because she was loyal enough to not be selfish.
We're gonna have Racheal Googling the Bible tonight to find out who Racheal was. I hope it's good news, girl. I hope it's good news.
Really. I haven't been interested in searching my name in the Bible.
Oh, it's in there. That much we know. It's in there.
I know that. My mama told me.
She knew she had a good one. You living up to that name path. Yeah, look, you're living up to the name path. Forget the life path.
Her mama knew she had a good one because she hung on to her for an extra month. She didn't kick that girl out. She didn't kick her out.
I don't know. They say babies don't want to come out. Some of them want to stay in.
Why would you? Like, it's warm. You hear your mama's heartbeat. It's all warm and why would you want to come out? Why would you want to come out? That's why the doctor smacks you on the ass when you come out, to wake you up to reality. Welcome. Smack on the ass. There we go.
Welcome
to the world.
Rachel means female sheep. It does?
Well, actually, that's a tautology, because all sheep are female. Oh no, okay? No, ewes and rams. I thought females were sheep and males were rams, but you're correct. Ewes are female. Yeah, a ewe.
What is the terminology for Rachel? Then I'm gonna look for the definition. Oh shit! Don't give it to me. Let's Google. Shit.
Actually, you spell your name different to what I'm used to. I thought Rachel was Rachael, like Raphael, Michael, Israel, Gabriel. I thought it was Racheal.
Racheal.
Yeah, that's different, you see.
That's how I
That's
spell
different. Won't hold it against you. That's fair enough. Yeah.
What does Rachel mean spiritually? Oh, purity, gentleness, and fertility. The hell?
You better get to work. You better get to work, girl. What are you doing?
Something you want to tell us?
People named Rachel.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Damn, I don't know. Do I see myself perceptive? I don't know.
I know my name means raven or dark one.
I can see that.
So it does. It means raven or dark one. Dark one, okay, raven, fair enough. But back in Ireland, dark one might refer to.
That's why it means fertility. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Go on. I'm cutting across your names. Yes.
So Rachel means fertility because in Genesis 30:22-23 records that God listened to Rachel and opened her womb. She conceived and bore a son and said, God has taken away my reproach. God listened to her because she was finally speaking to him in prayer about what was troubling her. Oh, she wanted a baby. That's it.
And God listened. I mean, when did God listen to a woman, Rachel? That's big news. That's big news.
He listened to her to get her impregnated. Ain't that some shit? Wait a minute. God was a freak.
Maybe.
He certainly got some unusual takes on life compared to our standards, right?
Yo.
That's for sure.
That's the thing I learned when I was engaging more with religion. I kind of realized I don't know shit, right? Like life is. This is the reason I don't do drugs, is because every day is a trip to me already. I don't need to fucking double down on that shit, right? Like I put my car keys in the same place every night before I go to bed. And I go to bed with no expectation they're going to be there in the morning. I wake up surprised every day. Oh shit, they're still there, right? And then once you start to read a little bit, and I say it all the time, I am in no position to speak about scripture or anything, but any engagement I have, I just go, damn, this is wild. Like I really have no idea what. It seems to me life is not what we think it is. That's the best I can come up with.
Yeah. I tell people that shit all the time, bro. This ain't even what you think. Just being exposed to different aspects of life, bro. It's like, just like common regular folks, bro, we are so naive to how things really function and work. So like even like practicing different spiritualities and like being around people who practice occultism and just being even in the upper echelon of society, like rich people don't live the way we do, bro. And you see how they live, you be like, what the fuck, bro? Y'all do some weird shit, like fucking sex parties. This shit normal to y'all. Like when I was working in the hospital, bro, I'm getting invited. They say, oh, it's a Christmas party, right? You go to this party and there's chicks walking around butt naked with dudes doing blow off of their chest. Like this ain't no damn Christmas party. I'm thinking we about to listen to Jingle Bells and there's Jingle Bells jingling all over. Like, man, this shit fucking crazy. But that's how they live.
Brother, sometimes sometimes I thank God that I didn't have money back in the day, because that would have been me back in the day. If I had the funds, I'd be throwing the fucking party, bro. Right? But thank God, I didn't have the money to do any of that, and I had to do it hard, and then had to face life and found out what's real. And so now, if I got the money, that wouldn't be me. But back then, man, that would have been me.
Like, bro,
So
even that aspect, but even like traveling, like when y'all travel and see how different people live, bro, then you go back to and like, bro, this ain't really real, bro. It's like people out here really struggling, but they happy as fuck, bro. They happy as fuck, man. Just living off the land and shit, but we look at it as struggling. It's really not. They look at us like we struggling with all this materialism and shit, bro. Like, man, this
really common thing here in Australia is like a nice holiday here in Australia. I haven't done it, but Mrs. K has. A nice holiday here is to go to Bali in Indonesia, right? Not too far. The Australian dollar, like you can get a beer for $1. You can get a massage for $4. You can like it's crazy, like how much our money's worth over there. Now, if some Balinese person comes up and tries to sell you a cap, and he goes, "Oh, it's $10," and you go, if you go $10, he's offended. He wants you to haggle. If you try to tip him too much, he's also offended. He doesn't want your charity. He wants to engage in they appreciate you coming over. They appreciate you bringing your money, but they don't want you to treat them like a charity case. They want to engage in the banter and no, that's too much. That's not enough, back and forth. Stoic is saying in Thailand too. Yeah, I think. Oh, sorry, bro. Your microphone's gone crazy.
Oh no, I was just. I didn't even mean to say nothing. I was reading his comment out loud.
You mean you were talking to yourself?
Yeah, and didn't even know I was saying it out loud.
I'm gonna have that word. I think that's little girl's not a thing that's cool. She is sick. I'm gonna.
Oh, I appreciate you, sis. I'm gonna take my ass to sleep too. My son just woke up. We've been rocking for 5 hours. That's crazy.
Yeah,
good job.
You forgot
good
you
job.
got on early. You forgot you got on early, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. I'm gonna see y'all.
See you all. Been great chatting to you.
See you guys.
Much love. Much love.
Hey, little K, we always appreciate y'all coming up, man.
We appreciate the K's.
Thank you. We appreciate you guys
y'all.
too.
And if you add another K, we'll be understanding. We'll understand if you add another K. That's all right.
Joe, I can't stand you because I thought I'm like, nope.
Oh, shit. See you guys. Take care. Much love.
All right. Much love, brother. Much love. Hey, I gotta fuck with Karen, man. That's my boy. Mad love to the K. Man, I appreciate y'all so much. Ms. Ma, I appreciate that, sis. I'm not even, I don't like being like that. It feel like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. My addiction was violence, man, at one point in my life. And when I get that energy, man, it's like a guilty pleasure. Like I feel bad for feeling good about it. I don't know if that makes sense. It's something that, I just, even though this ain't violent, what I did wasn't violent. And when I listen back to it, it wasn't even out of malice. You seen the anger, but I was trying to be compassionate, tell like you need to get your shit together. But I don't like being like that at all. It feels like it's a setback to me. Like I took a step back in the wrong direction.
I think the pleasure was that you controlled it. I think that's what you got the pleasure from. You controlled it. Because now that you are this new person that, you don't have to succumb to your old ways. So the pleasure was that you succumbed to it. Like you said what you needed to say, but the pleasure was you didn't act on that. That normalcy that you used to have. Like we always talk about how you could change your nature. You've done that. Right. And the fact that you didn't go back to your old natural ways when a situation arose, I think that's what gave you the pleasure.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
I
bro,
definitely, you know, you know, I truly, you know, I appreciate, you know, the fact that you kept it going, because I don't think I hit in the back chat either shut him down or shut it down or shut him down. Either way, you know, I was approving of whatever you did, you know, and even with how you responded, I approve of what you did. You know, I understand, you know, you feel like that's not you, but sometimes you have to give the other side a little taste, and you gave it a little taste, but you made sure it's just that, a little taste. So I definitely appreciate the fact, like I said, I appreciate, you know, of where you come from and who you become, right? I would never want you to go backwards. Nobody should want to go backwards in life, right? But there's always that trial or that temptation or that tribulation that's going to make you think about it. And even at the smallest things, it could have easily made you go that way, but you stood tall. You know what I mean? And that's a tribute to who you have become. So, you know, I understand how you feel. I'm just saying, you know, embrace who you become because of where you came from.
Yeah, that shit just wild, bro. That shit, I don't, yeah. I did better than what, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I held my composure because I was just about to get ignorant, but not ignorant. I was about to get ignorant, bro. I'm like, man, let me calm
Not
my ass
ignorant,
down.
you give it ignorant. Mm-hmm.
Ignorant. Yeah, I was gonna be.
But that's why I said, you know, even at that stage, right? You could pertain that to a relationship, right? You can get mad, you can get hostile, right? It doesn't mean that you have to react to it. So you know, you don't have to literally like abuse the anger, right? You can abuse the spirit of anger. You used it, you said it, and it was over with. All right, let me put you to rest. If we do that in everyday life, it'd be a nice, peaceful situation for whatever relationship we in. There are people that's going to abuse it, but that needs to be seen in order to have a balance in a situation. That's the balance that you always been speaking about. So I mean, I'm not even upset with it. Like I said, we was talking about balance tonight in relationships and associations. It just came to be that way. The anger took over for a second. It calmed down. It went away, and now you back to who you are. You know how to control yourself, and that's all we've been trying to show people. With that, even in a relationship, as long as you control yourself, you can't lose yourself. So that's how I'm taking it. That's how I'm taking the night.
Yeah, man. I still wish, you know, it didn't get to that point, but it did. So, yeah, and I think the people we got over here, it'll never get to that point again, man. It shouldn't have to, bro. It's just, you got to weed the garden at times, man. And like I said, you try to give people grace. You know, just don't be too graceful where it's a detriment to yourself and to what you're doing. You know, some people don't come with that spirit of building, that spirit of developing. You know, so what's the opposite of that? Destruction. If it ain't construction, it's gonna be destructive. So, you know, but yeah, better use or better us, man. And I gotta be better to do better. So, you know, it's like, you know, Karen was saying, it's just a learning experience, man. And I do that. I've did that in the past, bro. It's just letting things go on too long to the point where it get to something like this. And like Commander said, I should have been cut it off. So it's just learning from this experience when to cut things off. And it's hard though, because it's like my whole thing is trying to help people, bro. So I mean, it's just I gotta find that balance, that neutral spot, bro. That sweet spot.
Mm-hmm. And even with that, right? Like shout out to everybody that came up, blackout. You know what I mean? It just shows you that, you know, people are understanding of what you are doing and who you are. right? You know, you got Miss Ahmad, you know, it's always a pleasure to see her. But even she, you know, like everybody thinks we all from different worlds or different planets or whatever the case may be, but we all have the same understanding. And the understanding is, as long as you doing what you feel like you need to do, you're gonna get the support that you get. And that's the best part of a relationship. If you do what you need to do, the support is always gonna come behind you. And that's, like I said, that's why we're here. You know, even with this experience tonight, there's a lesson to be learned. But the greater lesson for me is that, you know, everybody understood why you did it. Everybody embraced how you did it. And, you know, it allows you to see that you got the support that you need. And that's another relationship that we are adding to as well. So I'm gonna take the good anytime. I'm gonna take the win anytime I get it. I think we won. Even if you don't feel that way, you know, personally, I think we won as a group because we all bunkered down together and we all came to an agreement of the situation in totality.
Yeah, it was definitely a learning experience. But I didn't want to let the experience go without extracting a lesson from it. So that's just life, bro. Anything I experience in life, I try to learn what lesson it has within it. So, you know, I definitely, you know, go learn from this. And like I said, I don't wish nothing bad happened to that man. You know, I did say some other things out of frustration, you know, but at the same time, look, man, I hope the best for you, bro. I just can't fuck with you. You know, I don't even know if he listening or what. I can't fuck with you. I won't be over there. I'm not gonna say nothing else about you. Somebody come up here talking about me, tell them like, no, we ain't doing that. You know, wish the best for you, bro. Hope you get your shit together, but I can't fuck with you. And if you do get your shit together, that's good for you. I still don't want to fuck with you. I'm straight, bro. I'm good. I'm good. So like,
Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat for enduring and adding to the conversation and contributing to helping Word calm down. I appreciate that. I know he appreciates that, you know. But you know, like Stoic said, a better you is a better us. You making us better by showing us the support that we need to go forward. So we appreciate y'all making us better because y'all becoming better. I appreciate everybody that was in the chat.
I appreciate everybody who rocked out this 5-hour live. I don't know what the hell we've been doing for 5 hours, but I appreciate y'all so much for rocking out with me. But I'm about to take my behind the bed because I got to get up in a couple hours. I'm going to try to come back on tomorrow. I don't want to promise nothing. But I definitely try to be back tomorrow. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all know what I always say. Care about how you feel. These are conversations to build nations. And if I say anything that resonated with you in this video, do me a favor. Tell somebody. Help me spread the word. But until next time, we out.